alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
So what were you saying? Don Cheadle what?
I never knew he was a black man. I thought he was this other guy that I'd seen in a film, and I was talking to somebody about it, and they had to Google a picture of Don Cheadle before I would accept he was a black man. Yeah.
Who did you think he was?
I'd like to look that up as well. It turns out I thought David Keith was Don Cheadle.
Is he not black?
Yeah. No, he's not. No. Keith David, he's black.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. I once saw a meme saying, "What if those two played each other in a in a film?" Yeah, it would be mind blowing.
Well, anyway, we're not here to talk about Don Cheadle
or what's his name? David Keith.
David Keith or Keith David. We're here to talk about the 1987 Arnold Schwarzenegger film, The Running Man.
In the year 2017, an innocent man accused of a crime has a choice. Hard time or prime time.
Sensational. Perfect contestant. I want him.
He must pay or play the running man.
On your mark.
I'll be back.
Go!
The highest rated TV show in history.
Guess they want us to stay.
It's a game between life and death. Can you lift? Arnold Schwarzenegger is the running man. He's playing for a prize. The prize is his life.
How about the lights?
The running man.
It was directed by Paul Michael Glaser. Do you know who that man is?
Yes, yeah, I checked because I thought maybe I'd got the wrong person on this one as well, but no, it is in fact Starsky.
Yeah, he's from Starsky and Hutch. He played Starsky.
Yeah, the man himself.
He also directed the film Kazam. Sorry,
Did
not
he?
Shazam. Kazam.
Oh.
With Shaq as the genie.
Ah, right, sorry, I was thinking of Shazam,
Yeah.
which is a superhero one, isn't it?
Yeah. The cast, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Ben Richards.
Mm-hmm.
You all know Arnie. If you're listening to this podcast, you don't know who Arnold Schwarzenegger is.
I can't believe he's taken this long to get to him.
I know, yeah, that is true.
I think we were just building up to it. I thought I don't know really. And then we just chose one of his campy ones, didn't we?
Yeah.
But still an action classic.
Yeah. We've got Maria Conchita Alonso, plays Amber Mendez. She was in The Vampire's Kiss, with when Nicolas Cage goes insane as a vampire. You seen that one?
I don't know if you can just classify that film and everyone goes, "Oh yeah, that one where he goes insane."
That was his first. That was his first time I saw him totally insane. And because she's kind of like a movie star from a while ago, but people will see her in films and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, she was also in a Rob Zombie movie. She was in The Lords of Salem."
Oh, was she? I can't remember in that. But then again, I can't really remember the film.
Everyone's favourite technician, Yaphet Kotto, plays William Laughlin.
Yep.
He was in Live and Let Die. He was Parker in Alien. He was in Midnight Run with De Niro, and he was in Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare.
Yeah, I saw that at the cinema, Freddy's Dead.
Richard Dawson's in this, plays Damon Killian.
Yes, I think he looks a lot like Gene Pitney, 70s singer.
Some for the kids.
Which I'm sure you'll all know. He sang Something's Got a Hold of My Heart with Mark Almond probably in the 90s. So it's probably not doing me any favours, is it? He sang 24 Hours from Tulsa, Gene Pitney. I think that was him. Edit it out if it wasn't.
Okay.
That's a song there. I tell you that song. you're there thinking he runs off from his wife because he has a one-night stand, that song. And he's on his way home. No, he says he was almost home. He was just a day away from getting home, and he just couldn't resist any longer and had an affair. And at the end, he's like sad, as though you're trying to make him feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
But it's like it's all his own doing.
You'd feel sorry for his wife, but luckily Roy Orbison was driving
all night
to get to her.
Yeah, which is ill-advised, Roy, with your eyesight. You shouldn't be driving at all, let alone at night.
Look at all these references for all the kids. We got Richard Dawson, Damon Killian, as I said. He did over 2,000 episodes as the host of Family Feud in America.
So he's got previous.
I was going to say, it's probably why he's so natural at playing that kind of role. And of course, Jesse Ventura, Jesse the Body Ventura,
yes,
plays Captain Freedom.
Yeah, great name. He was from Predator as well.
Jesse the Body Ventura is also in Abraxas, Guardian of the Universe.
Yes.
The second time he's been on our podcast as well. This is a second induction into the Bad Movie Hall of Fame, as he was also in Demolition Man.
Yeah, of course he was.
As a henchman. He was in Batman and Robin. He's in Master of Disguise. He's going to be inducted a few times, I think, Jesse Ventura. He's not the main character in any of them except for Abraxas, but he's going to be appearing. Got some taglines for you. Ken, you ready?
Go for it.
The distant future. The year is 2019.
God, I can't even see that far ahead.
The finest men in America don't run for president.
Are you sure this is a tagline? This is like the bloody ages.
They run for their lives.
Yeah, boring.
Welcome to America, 2019. When the best men don't run for president, they run for their lives.
It's similar, isn't it?
A game nobody survives, but Schwarzenegger has yet to play.
That's the one I've got on the front of my DVD.
It is the year 2019. The Running Man is a deadly game no one has ever survived, but Schwarzenegger has yet to play.
Doesn't care.
2019.
Oh, Jesus.
A game nobody survives.
It's the same one.
This year might be the exception.
Because Schwarzenegger has yet to play, but will soon in this film.
Yes.
Yeah, good tagline. Catchy. I tell you who you've missed out as well as being in this. Big Jim Brown.
Oh, yeah, he's in there.
Yeah.
Fireball.
He's from Killing American Style. One of my favourites. Such a natural in that.
Jim Brown appears in this, and you get no pre-warning that he's going to be a character. And then he just randomly turns up in a suit screaming at you. He's looking down the camera at you, screaming.
Quite right, too.
And then, like, every time you see him thereafter, he's got an article of clothing removed. Very odd.
That was his shtick, wasn't it? That's what he used to do.
This is based off of a novella by Richard Bachman.
Indeed, yes.
Rob Cohen actually bought the rights to the novella, not knowing that Bachman was the alias of Stephen King.
Yeah, I've never read the book.
Me neither. I don't think it's anything like this, though.
No, he released it, didn't he, in the Bachman books, like a little compendium, but no, I never read it.
Yeah.
I can't believe that half of the dialogue is in the book.
No.
It was really written for Schwarzenegger, isn't it?
I can't imagine King would have written some of those snappy one-liners. Unless it's about cornholing or whatever he talks about.
I think that's... No.
Do you know some of the people that were auditioned or were thought to be playing the Schwarzenegger role before Schwarzenegger got cast? I've got 4 names for you.
Pee Wee Herman.
No.
No, I don't know then. That's the only person I know.
Dolph Lundgren.
Of course.
Christopher Reeve.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. Superman era.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Good save. And
he's running, isn't he?
Yeah. We've all Don Johnson.
Don Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Big Pat Swayze. Dancing down the fucking aisle while Pat Swayze in this.
Yeah, I thought he'd be bigger. That's why they picked Schwarzenegger, I guess. That's what the casting said to him.
IMDb rating 6.7 out of 10.
Oh, might be our highest one, isn't it? This?
It's got to be up there. Rotten Tomatoes rating 66%. Before we carry on, after the Demolition Man fiasco, we do like this film.
Yeah, we've mentioned Demolition Man more now, but yes, got a bit of flack for that one.
Got a bit of stick for adding Demolition Man to a bad movie called. Let's be fair, it's not winning any Oscars, is it? The Demolition Man.
Well, it didn't. So yeah, that's just a fact. It didn't win any Oscars. It's not going to win any now. That's not how they work.
It's a bit goofy, a bit campy. Of course, we're going to add it in there.
So is this. So is this. So was Double Impact. That was the point. That's the point of what we're doing. We don't hate them. We like them.
Except Manos.
yeah, that was shit.
The only film we've actually hated that we've watched.
Oh, come on. There's more than that. But but it still had fun. You just don't watch it on your own.
The plot. In a dystopian America, a falsely convicted policeman gets his shot at freedom when he must forcibly participate in a TV game show where convicts, called runners, must battle killers for their freedom.
Nice. And the people they battle are called stalkers, which is nice. I like that. Being a stalker myself, I appreciated the shout-out. Right, ladies? You know who you are.
Yeah.
Some of you don't, which makes me more effective.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
By 2017, the world economy has collapsed. Food, natural resources, and oil are in short supply. A police state, divided into parliamentary zones, rules with an iron hand. It's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes scrunched into a fist.
Yeah. Television is controlled by the state, and a sadistic game show called The Running Man has become the most popular program in history. All art, music, and communications are censored. No dissent is tolerated, and yet a small resistance movement has managed to survive underground.
You'll never guess who's in charge of that.
Yeah, fucking Gandalf. When high-tech gladiators are not enough to suppress the people's yearning for freedom, more direct methods become necessary.
It's not Gandalf, by the way. It's Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac, which is even more preposterous.
Yeah.
Playing a character, which I had to look up because at one point Schwarzenegger calls him Mick.
Does call him Mick,
And
doesn't
that's
he?
apparently his character name.
Yeah.
It's Mick. Yeah, I looked that up because I thought he just messed it up and then
Yeah.
left it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Mick. Yeah, who'd have thought that, eh? That's an odd bit of casting. But then again, it's an odd director, isn't it, really? Starsky. The whole thing's a bit weird, to be honest with you.
Do you know Arnie was not happy having Starsky as the director?
Or did he want Hutch? My favourite is Hutch.
They went through 4 directors this film.
Was Hutch one of them?
No.
David Soul.
No.
He sang "Don't Give Up on Us, Baby."
Yeah,
Is that what he said when is that what he said when he got kicked off the
It's like
the set?
listening to the top 40 in the 70s, this fucking podcast.
It's a good song, that one. Not as good as Gene Pitney, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were ever rivals. I'm not sure they even knew each other.
Gene.
Gene or David, if you're both out there.
If you're listening.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Were you rivals?
Bad
Or were
movie
you
cult-
friends?
Badmoviecult@gmail.com. We see Arnie's chopper. First thing we see in the film.
Thank goodness. Yeah, don't even get to the chopper. He's already in it.
Yeah. He's also wearing a hat.
No,
I'd like to point that out.
it was 2019.
He goes through a sequence of more preposterous hats as the film goes on. He's basically told to disperse a crowd, and they're all there. It's like a food shortage, isn't it? It's a food riot, basically.
Yes, food rioting.
And he's told to disperse the crowd using any means
It's
necessary.
actually very, very like forward thinking. This because this is pretty much what was happening now.
Yeah, can you remember?
It's 2019.
Yeah.
Where's the food? Where's the beef?
Yeah.
Is what they say.
Where's the beef?
Come on, where's that beef? I got to have it.
Food riot in progress. Approximately 1,500 civilians. No weapons evident.
Proceed with Plan Alpha. Eliminate anything moving.
I said the crowd is unarmed. There are lots of women and children down there. All they want is food, for God's sake.
As you were, Richard. Proceed with Plan Alpha. All rioters must be eliminated.
The hell with you. I will not fire on helpless people. Abort mission. We return back to base.
Lieutenant Sanders, do you copy?
Affirmative.
Take command, detain Richard, and proceed as ordered.
Richard, what the fuck are you doing? Get him!
I like Arnie's line here. He says, I said the crowd is unarmed. There's lots of women and children down there. All they want is food, for God's sake.
Brilliant.
And then the scene goes from 1 to 100 in a second because the guy's like, well, in that case, someone kill Arnie instantly, even though he's flying the fucking helicopter.
He says, eliminate anything moving is the instruction he's given.
Yeah.
To which he immediately responds with, the hell with you! And basically they have to kill him. They have to slaughter him, slaughter the pilot of this helicopter immediately.
The co-pilot literally pulls a gun instantly on him.
Yeah.
And Arnie ends up fighting him.
That's because, they're run. They're run by the government. They tell them what to do and they do it. It's like the Nazis all over again.
Yeah, he gets overpowered. There's too many men in that little chopper for Arnie to handle. It seems like this film maybe would have had more of an impact if we knew a bit more about Arnie as a policeman before he just all of a sudden was like, he's a good guy. He don't want to kill women and kids. Well, is that not something that they would have done before this, the police?
What?
Like killed people indiscriminately in this totalitarian government?
No, this is the first one.
Who's the guy that gave the order then?
Paul Michael Glazer.
Right, I thought so.
Yeah, Starsky. He's been on the streets in the 70s. He knows what it's like.
We cut to Arnie. He's working in some sort of steel mill. The guards are all wearing like paintball gear.
Well, it's the future.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens.
They're all asking each other if they saw the Running Man last night.
Yeah, that girder on the arm that you mentioned there, it's very it's reminiscent of Commando, where he's got the entire tree on it. Yeah. Carrying a tree, isn't he? Mm-hmm. And this one, he's just carrying a girder. Yeah. And still nobody ever says, look at the size of him.
Yeah, exactly.
The size of this guy.
So why is this guy's name Ben? He's fucking Austrian.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
He starts fighting Yaphet Kotto just out of the fucking blue.
Yeah, well, because Ben Richards has now got a beard. So he's a changed man. It's been 18 months.
It's not an overly heroic beard, is it, that?
No, it's poor. It's a poor beard. It's not real either, is it?
No.
He's got a fake beard on.
Almost looks like he's in the Three Musketeers.
He's going to peel it off later when he escapes. Oh, spoiler.
He attacks a guard. He throws out his first one-liner, says, give you a lift, and throws him over the railings.
To be honest, with the circumstances that Ben Richards finds himself in, he's very light-hearted, isn't he, with his comments? All the way through, he maintains a bit of a cheerful disposition on everything. Always looking for a bit of something funny to say.
Bit of a quip.
But also dealing out huge amounts of violence.
Yeah.
But finding it funny. So I don't know whether he was a good guy.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
We've got a computer geek. His name's Harold Weiss. He's got a massive laptop, and he's trying to take the perimeter down, so they've got necklaces on that basically will blow their heads off if they, a bit like Battle Royale. It's
very similar in many respects to Battle Royale. I've written that down with the game aspect and that's it, actually.
Yeah, and the necklaces at the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't write much of it. And Battle Royale, BR, Ben Richards. Have that.
Yeah.
Go on, have it.
I'm having it, I'm taking it.
Good.
We meet a character called Chico. Poor old Chico.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Chico. Chico looks like he's been in a lot of 80s films, action films. He looks like he should have been. I don't know who plays Chico, but I will look that up right now.
He was played by himself. Chico as Chico.
He's not even on the bloody credits.
It's probably because they actually killed him to get that stunt. To look real.
That's Starsky for you.
Oh, poor old Chico ends up just making a run for it before they've deactivated the perimeter.
Well, they deactivate it, then it reactivates, and on and off. And Chico's just like, I ain't got time for this shit. Yeah. I'm going for it. I'm out of here. And unfortunately, it activates just as he runs through the perimeter.
It's a good little effect because the body's actually running as it or it looks to be.
And it continues, I believe, isn't it? It was Thomas Rosales Jr.
Oh yes.
And I'm now looking at what else he was in, because I'm telling you, he's in loads of shit. Let me find out what he was in. He was, carry on.
They end up getting the perimeter down and all escaping off, and they're all whooping and hollering and high-fiving and dancing off into the desert. And that's the end of the film.
Successful prison break. Well done, everyone.
And with that, we'll bring this episode of the podcast to a close. No, wait. We're in the city. We're back. We see an advert for the Running Man. Arnie, Yaphet Kotto, and Harold walk through the streets. They meet Dweezil Zappa. That's who they meet next.
Yep.
He's a little fella with a beret on.
It's weird because Dweezil Zappa's actually his actual name, not his character name. His character name is Stevie, which is more normal than his real name.
Yeah.
Then again, so's the Arnold Schwarzenegger Ben Richards thing. To be honest, they've all got better real names than they have character names in this film.
Yeah.
I'm just looking through them. Yeah, they have. They'd be great if they just all used their real names. Apart from Mick Fleetwood, who did. Can be bothered.
Dweezil Zappa says, "Hey, come follow me. I'll get those fucking necklaces off for you." Probably not in that accent.
All right, mate. Yeah, I'll get those necklaces off you. I'll show you a couple of special kicks.
Yeah, come fucking follow me, will you? What? Yeah, he takes him down to Mick Fleetwood. He calls Arnie the Butcher of Bakersfield.
Yeah, it's a good name. It is a good name, not one that he wants, obviously. There was a Kane Hodder film about Ed Gein, and it was called The Butcher of Plainfield, because that's where he was from, Ed Gein. Awful film, due to it being Kane Hodder playing Ed Gein.
Yeah.
He was a tiny,
Unassuming
little
Ed Gein.
5'4" or something, little farmer, mummy's boy farmer, played by Jason Voorhees. Yeah, good work casting.
That might get covered on the old movie cult. We'll see.
Yeah, it's one of my least favourite serial killer films.
We find out that they actually framed that massacre on Arnie. We never find out who frames him. It's never brought up again.
I told you, it's Starsky. Commander Starsky.
They almost try and make it seem like Killian framed him because they play it on the thing, but it couldn't have been. He's a fucking TV show host.
He's just in it for TV. He's in it for ratings.
Yeah.
He's not the boss, is he?
No.
He gets told stuff by the directors, the corporations.
Yeah, so Harold and Yaphet Kotto, they tell Mick Fleetwood that... I can't believe I've said that sentence. They tell Mick Fleetwood...
They're all wearing berets, aren't they, at this point?
They
As well?
are, yeah.
The resistance. The resistance, you know, like, because of the French resistance. I think that's the only resistance they had. And Che Guevara.
The only resistance we have is French.
Is a beret. It worked for Seagal in Out for Justice.
Mon Dieu!
That's what he said. Sacre bleu, Richie. Où est Richie?
They tell Mick Fleetwood that they couldn't have got out of there without him. And Mick Fleetwood says, "Perhaps now he's seen too much." To which Arnie says, "I've seen too much. All I've seen is
which confirms his suspicion." He says, "All right then, yeah, I was right."
He says, "All I've seen is a bunch of low foreheads who think they can change the world with dreams and talk."
It's incredible. It's like he's here.
It's too late for that. If you're not ready to act, give me a break and shut up.
Arnie's wearing his world gym top as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's been to the gym.
His own gym.
After escaping the prison and gone to the gym.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
The next scene is Arnie hitching a ride out of this Slumville place with some Mexicans, and I just want to take a moment to mention the ridiculous hats that all three of them are wearing at this point. Harold is wearing a green velvet trilby that he's nicked from Prince, I think.
He's nicked from Huggy Bear that Starsky gave him the connection.
Yaphet Kotto is wearing a paperboy from the Victorian era's hat.
See, now, if he was wearing the velvet hat, that would have been fine.
Arnie is wearing a child's toy builder's hat from the look of it. It's a very small yellow hard hat just on the top of his massive head.
That's because he's got a very muscular head.
Yeah, I actually thought, is this where Mikey from the rock group Boyzone lives? Because it's similar to his fucking trailer park from...
I tell you what, there's a big neon sign, though, that's advertising Coors Extra Cold.
I know. So even in the dystopian future
Of 2019, imagine that.
Coors is still with us.
What the fuck is this?
We cut to the main man arriving to applause. It's Damon Killian.
Yeah, at the studio. Mopping, somebody mopping, isn't there?
There's an elderly janitor that he calls an asshole.
Yeah, he doesn't to his face.
Yeah,
Does
fair
he?
enough.
Because he accidentally mops his foot.
Yeah.
And says, "Oh, terribly sorry about that." And he says, "Don't worry about it." Ha ha ha! And acts the
giddy goat.
and acts all nice. And as soon as he walks off, he says, "I want him sacked. I want him fired." Asshole.
Out of a large cannon.
Yeah.
It's just to let us know that he's the bad guy of the piece.
I think so. I mean, usually you get these films, don't you, from the 80s, where you get the bad guy doing something really, really bad, so we know how bad he is, but that's not overly bad, is he? Just sacks an old bloke. It's not as bad as, like, shooting him dead.
Yeah, I mean, we've done that.
And his family.
We're not the bad guys.
Yeah. That's right, yeah. Yeah.
We've sacked more old blokes than this bastard.
Yeah, and since 2019. You know, we've learned nothing from this film. We're still doing it now.
Yeah.
Brenda, do you have this week's ratings, or do I have to guess?
They're the same as last week, and those were the same all last month. I guess we've just peaked, but it's not like we've dropped.
Not likely. You're beautiful, sweetheart.
Whoa! Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Mr.
that's all right.
Junior.
What's your name?
Van.
Dan, you're doing good work. Looks beautiful. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Brenda, if that asshole is mopping the floor tomorrow, you'll be mopping it for the rest of the week. Let's go.
Arnie, he goes back to his brother's house. I like in the future that the keypad combinations for people's houses just stay the same, so you can just go into any old house that you remember the keypad for.
Do you know what his keypad number is? It's 445566.
Nice.
It's incredible. That security is brilliant, isn't it, in the future?
He finds some stockings on the side there. A little brief shot of him looking around. He calls out for his brother.
Edward.
Yeah,
another Austrian name.
Yeah. You can tell it's 2019 because the toast and coffee machine work to voice command, as does the TV. When Amber, she walks in, doesn't she? She enters the movie.
They do now, don't they? You can get it all working through Alexa, which I've got to be careful not to say in case I wake her up.
Yeah, make me some toast.
Oh yeah, maybe not toast.
We get Jesse Ventura on the screen. He says, "Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready for Captain Freedom's workout." And I like it.
Pinhead was going to turn up. Then you're ready for the Cenobites.
He's 10-time national champion and the greatest stalker to ever play the game. And throughout the advert or whatever she's watching, the girls are sort of foxtrotting around the back, and he's just sort of flexing and running off the screen. If you watch the TV,
it's actually quite good fun, isn't it? Just watching him run across the screen.
He runs up like across the screen, does a pose, and goes like "ooh" at the camera, and then runs off.
And then runs off the other side. Yeah, I like that. I'd watch that.
Amber's doing the workout in lingerie.
Yeah, well, if I'm ever getting ready for pain and suffering, I'm usually in my underwear.
Are you going to say lingerie?
No, that's just weekends.
We see a news bulletin that tells us that Arnie's escaped from prison. She starts her sit-ups again, and Arnie turns up and asks her where his brother is. She says that she moved in last month after the last tenant was taken away for re-education.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem bothered.
No.
That's his brother. That's his brother, by the way. Never get to see him.
No.
In fact, I don't think they mention him again.
They literally never mention him again.
I think that's the end of that. Yeah.
Oh,
poor old Edward. Poor old Edward Richards.
Yeah.
If you're out there, Eddie, if I may call you Eddie, let us know how that re-education went.
Originally cast Danny DeVito.
It was only 2019, so it's just a couple of years ago, so you're probably still banging about here. Hey,
yeah.
Come on, Eddie. Give us a shout.
Arnie says that he's innocent and he'll be out of there in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, she's a bit, bit annoying. Then again, I suppose he's broke into her house. So maybe she's right. Maybe, I'm looking at it just from Arnie's point of view.
Well, that news bulletin, it's not only them two that saw it. Killian also saw it.
Of course he did.
Him and his production team, they're going over possible new runners. And he sees a clip of Arnie on the news and then seems like he wants to have sex with him.
Yeah.
Calls him gorgeous.
Well, yeah. He calls him cutie pie later on.
Yeah. And he wants him in the game. He wants him to be the running man.
I want Ben Richards. That's how we know that that's the case. That's how we know he wants him. He says it.
Arnie's actually tied up Amber as well at this point.
Well,
Apparently she's a composer for the TV station where the running man is filmed.
Yeah. Oh, it's some rubbish.
Yeah, and Arnie searches around her apartment. He books himself a flight to Honolulu using a travel pass. I didn't remember any of this.
Yeah, it's all the travel passes and everything. So she's got contraband, such as like real money, which is no longer in use. She's got
vibrators.
Whoa. No, okay, I don't remember that bit. I've got a particularly good memory when it comes to tied up Latinas.
That's Ken's search history.
No, she hasn't got those.
No.
He's taken those.
He's storing those on his person.
Within
his person.
Let's see.
Now, where should we go? Maybe someplace warm. I need to work on my tan anyway. You see, you get so pale in prison. There you are. Good. Now I'm going to untie you. And then you're gonna get dressed. And then you're gonna come with me.
Oh, yeah? Well, why should I?
Because I'm going to say, please.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Moving on to another Arnie hat. He's wearing a white Panama hat.
This is possibly, like if you were to escape prison and you think, I better lay low for a bit. What would you do to lay low if you were the size of this man?
Wear a massive hat,
and a Hawaiian shirt, and basically just talk overly excessive
the only Austrian
banter.
The only Austrian in the
you see,
country.
if that's what they'd put out, if they'd said, oh yeah, he'll also be speaking with an Austrian accent, you'd be like, oh, there he is, I can hear him.
Yeah.
He's not couldn't shut up since he got here. Yeah, bullshit banter from Arnie at this point.
Yeah.
Saying about his wife's purse and stuff and how he wants to...
Yeah, this is the worst.
He can already taste the pina coladas.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up.
Yeah, this guy's like the worst fucking security guard in history. He's like making sure he scans
I've told you before, security guards, they don't half get a bad rap in films.
He's like, he scans her security pass and then he's like, where's mine, honey? And then like looks through her bag for you say ages, about 5 seconds.
He doesn't, he just puts his finger in it and sort of waggles it about.
In what?
Which I hope you're not going to isolate that sentence.
And a woman behind him after 5 seconds is like, hurry up, we've got a plane to catch. And he's just like, move along, you fucking anuses.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Yeah, which is where his travel pass was.
Yeah. She punches Arnie right in his bloody dick.
Yeah, because like they're there, right? Off they go. It's all been sorted. Away they go. She stamps on his foot first, and no matter how muscular you are, that still hurts. And then she gives the old back fist right to his balls.
And no matter how muscular you are, that still hurts.
It doesn't hurt him that much, though, does it?
No.
I would suggest that if a normal person had been back fisted with force like she gives, that's a doubling over. You're there for a good few minutes thinking, gee,
Well,
but nothing happens at all. He's immediately okay and runs like the wind.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, in the future, there's an inflatable sack on the front of men's underwear that stops that from happening.
I was going to say, how does that get implanted? But if it's on the underwear.
Yeah.
But he didn't have that because we saw him in his underwear. Had he not inflated it?
No.
Was it pre-inflation?
That was pre-pump.
Pumping iron all over again.
So, yeah, he runs off because she shouts out that...
You idiot! You blew my cover.
This is Ben Richards.
They'll kill us all.
He runs like down the fucking. Where is he running? What's he running on? Is it like the
airport?
Yeah. What's it called?
Runway.
The runway. He's running along the runway, and they chase.
It's been a while since Dom's travelled.
They chase after him, and
the aeroplane road.
The big bit. The airplanes
the big
are on.
road, the big floor.
He's running away, and they catch up with him, and. Shoot a tiny net at him.
Yeah, I've also written he's caught with a tiny net.
And falls to the ground and he's taken away. He's taken to meet Killian. He says, do you know who I am? Arnie says, I've seen you before. You're the asshole on TV. And Killian says...
To be fair to Killian, this is a good response.
It is a good response. That's funny. I was going to say the same thing about you.
That should have been Tony, like laughing and clapping that comment.
Should have been Edward. Maybe it should have been revealed and this was Edward.
What, Killian?
Edward Killian.
He's got older.
Yeah. He blackmails him as well now. He basically says to him that you do the running man, not the dance move, the TV show.
Yeah, it's a shame. I'd like to see Arnie do that.
Yeah. Or we're going to send on Harold and Yaphet Kotto in your place.
Yeah. You've got balls. he admires
Yeah.
as well. He admires his balls.
You've got spunk and balls.
And I like that in a man. What he actually says, first of all, because I've always liked Arnie when he's swearing. He actually says, "I want you to appear on The Running Man," and he just says, "Fuck you," which is brilliant. I just like it when he does that. It really does make me laugh.
He gets given a couple of injections. What are they?
Not a clue. I actually wrote down, why is he being injected? What with? What's the
what is
point?
that?
I don't know.
Then
I
he
don't
gets-
know whether it's like so he can be tracked when
I
he's
was
in there.
thinking one's a tracker.
But then
What was the
it
other
doesn't
one?
seem to be another tracker. In case he shits that first one out. Actually, in this film, interesting fact, nobody shits.
And that was Ken's update, which we're going to be adding to every podcast from now on.
Yeah, I think he may have had a shit before she got home. That's why he was in his pants and that he's had a shower. Probably he's definitely shaved off his beard. He might as well complete the trilogy and had a shit while he was there.
Yeah, not flushed.
Oh, no, he's not an animal. He's been in prison. He would relish the opportunity to flush that away.
Relish it. He gets put in a steam room now, which I thought was quite nice.
Yeah, I've got a steam facility on my shower. I've used it twice.
Never shit in it.
No, that's disgusting.
Well, there you go. Amber watches the news.
You've made a good point there. Is that what you're claiming?
Well, I mean,
well, there you go. Like, that was well said.
Yeah.
Well, have you shit in your shower?
Shit in your shower.
It was you?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Amber's watching the news. She does watch the news, this woman. She sees Arnie.
She's not in her underwear anymore, though, which is a shame.
He got captured, and they said that the people at the airport got shot by him.
Yes.
Like the security guard.
And they got footage of people just being carted off to hospital. They're in a critical condition, even though I believe she even says out loud, that didn't happen.
No, that did not happen. Arnold Schwarzenegger did not do that.
I was there as well at that time, and I did not see any of that happen.
Mr. Richards, I'm your court-appointed theatrical agent. It's time.
Start of The Running Man. The dancers were choreographed by Paula Abdul. A little factoid
Really?
for
That
you.
is an incredible fact.
You
Paula Abdul, I used to fancy. But then again, I don't know why I bothered saying that. Everyone did. Paula Abdul and Maria Conchita Alonso, were they friends? Or is that racist to suggest they were friends just because they're of Latin origin?
No, you're thinking of that cartoon cat, aren't you, from the music video that she did?
Yes,
Opposites
I am.
Attract.
That's right, yeah. He was friends with Maria Conchita Alonso.
It, yeah. That's it. I think they were married. Do you like the dancing, Ken, from these women?
It's long, isn't it? It's a long scene.
It certainly is.
It's a long scene, and I actually thought whilst I was watching it, I was thinking, who's this for? Who's watching any of this?
Mm.
And it turns out it's being screened, isn't it, in like a big screen in the I don't know, is it? It's just in a square where everyone gathers to watch this program.
Yeah, it's fucking popular.
like when you get the World Cup and stuff, and you put on like a little football park. It's kind of like that, but dingy.
Yeah,
because it's the future.
We see one of the stalkers arrives. This is Buzzsaw, punches a man in the face.
Yeah,
because he asked him to.
Yeah,
lifts a motorbike over his head.
Yeah, that's Buzzsaw.
We have Amber and a friend. They're in the hallway. They're seeing Arnie as well as he's being led down towards the Running Man.
Yeah, he's got his own court-appointed entertainment advisor or
theatrical
something.
agent.
That's him, yes. Reading his contract out to him.
Yeah, he's wearing a sort of black prison garb as well, isn't he? And he has a little glance and notices her. They have a little moment, a little eye contact as he's led away. And her friend turns and says something really nice after a traumatic experience like being held by a convict. She says, "Boy, you're lucky he didn't kill you too. Or rape you then kill you. Or kill you then rape you."
Mm.
I mean, a guy like that, what could stop him?
She doesn't even know what could stop him. She even repeats that. And what could stop him? A tiny net, as it turns out.
Yes,
Punch to the balls and a tiny net.
Yeah.
That's what could stop him.
That was our first album name.
Yeah, no rape after that was our follow-up album.
Not as popular.
It wasn't as popular, no.
No. Showtime.
It was our third album of the trilogy.
Arnie's taken backstage, if you excuse the imagery, and told to sign a contract. And the theatrical agent offers him to use his back to help sign.
Yeah, what a fool.
He thanks him by signing and then stabbing the pen into his back.
Yeah, which the security guard seems to find funny as well. I quite like that.
Yeah.
I quite like the fact that he was just like...
That guy's been in a shitload of Arnie films and stuff, hasn't he, that guy?
Yeah. I'm sure he was his stunt double in a couple of them as well.
Yeah, it's Sven, but his name's Olaf something, isn't it?
Yes, Olaf the...
Magnificent. Is that right?
No, Sven Ole Thorsen.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, well done.
I'm going to say that one day. That's going to be true.
He was a champion powerlifter and a karate black belt.
Yeah, and he's been in a few of the old action films, hasn't he? In stunts or just as extras and things.
I'll tell you now, he's in Hard Target.
That's true, Van Damme.
Yeah. End of Days, a thug, uncredited in that one as
I think he's
well.
like a friend of Arnie's. He's in a lot of Arnie's stuff.
Well, he's like a bodybuilder, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
probably Eraser. He's in Eraser as well. Yeah, he's pretty much just followed Arnie around the place, hasn't he? And he was in Abraxas, Guardian of the Universe.
Oh, soon to be added to this podcast.
Playing a guy called Secundus.
Yeah.
And he was in Twins and Red Heat. Good God, man. Predator.
He was a Russian in Predator, wasn't he?
Raw Deal. There you go. He's in Raw Deal as well with Arnie again. Conan the Destroyer, Conan the Barbarian. He's in both of those.
The Barbarian?
He's in both of them, and he plays a different person in both.
Nice.
That's interesting. Red Sonja as Petrovita's bearded bodyguard. Uncredited, oddly enough. And the A-Team as Rolf.
Good day, mate.
There you go. He's been in loads of films. You're right. He's done a lot. Well done, Sven. Sven Ole Thorsen.
Anyway, so as he's running away screaming in pain, Arnie says, "Don't forget to send me a copy."
Yeah, see? He just laughs. He enjoys inflicting this pain.
Killian, meanwhile, is flirting with an old woman. His biggest fan, Agnes.
Yeah, he gives us he gives us his catchphrase as well, that who loves you and who do you love? And they just shout, Damon.
Yeah.
Which is him, of course.
He introduces tonight's guest runner, Ben Richards. We watched the first bit of the film again, actually, now, but it's edited to look like Arnie did actually kill everyone.
Yeah, he does run the footage, and it's all an edited version thereof.
Maybe he did, though. Maybe what we saw at the beginning was Arnie's mind crumbling.
Oh, wow. That really throws a different light on the whole thing.
Imagine by at the end of it, we actually realise that Arnie's the bad guy.
Wow. We've been rooting for the wrong one.
Yeah.
That would be the twist of the remake.
Yeah. Funny shit, I'm bringing that up in a minute. He gets brought on stage to booze, and the dancers start dry humping him.
Not to booze as in alcohol. They're booing him.
Yeah.
Audibly booing him.
They rip off his prison jumpsuit to reveal that he's only got to made the fucking Jamaican bobsled team.
He actually does as well, doesn't he, when he gets in that as well?
He does, he gets on the bobsled.
Yeah, he's wearing spandex.
Yeah, it's made by Adidas. I'm not sure if Adidas knew what they were designing that for.
Oh, it's a game show.
for convicted criminals to be in. You're the designers of those things.
You, the fuck is this? Is Adidas? You can't mention Adidas. Get away with it.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
See, Adidas lawyers. So stop talking about them.
All right. We see Killian and he tells us about Whitman, Price and Haddad, the lawyers of Adidas that have just turned up at our...
And the previous winners of The Running Man.
Yeah, they don't look like their previous winners, do they?
I'm not sure how they'd have won.
They all look
They don't appear to be overly like Schwarzenegger-like, do they? There's a bit of a difference in calibre.
Yeah. They're all on a tropical beach in their jumpsuits.
Yes, they're in Maui, living it up in Maui.
You got Amber snooping around the place.
I think she's looking for the real footage, because for some reason she's decided that's not the real footage. Probably because she saw previously unreal footage about somebody being shot.
Yeah.
So she thinks, I bet that's not real. I'm going to go snooping.
People say that Killian's actually a bad guy. I think he gets a bad rap because he doesn't want Arnie to do this alone.
No, he says that, yeah.
He's bringing out his best buddies. He's bringing out Harold and Yaphet Kotto.
Harold Weiss.
Yeah. They're doing it with him.
Yeah, that's nice. They don't look as good in the suits, admittedly.
No.
I remember when you said about Van Damme in Double Impact about wearing this, like the spandex suit, and said you wouldn't get anyone else doing it. And I did mention this film, so I think this is the closest to another action hero wearing similar items.
Yeah,
I still think that's true.
I'm still maintaining leg warmers.
That's very good.
Because of my big legs and karate, I can do the splits no problem.
Basically, the rules are 3 hours to get through 4 game zones whilst being chased by stalkers. Got to get to the end within 3 hours.
That's not too bad, to be honest. That's a long time. To get through 4 quadrants, you only got to fight 4 people, and there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
You've got to fancy your chances. In my opinion, you would. But Agnes, as Don mentioned earlier, she gets to choose the first stalker.
Yeah.
Which is a nice touch. It's a nice touch.
I actually quite like it. They're actually quite funny how they link them into actual game shows where they choose stuff like this. I actually thought it was quite funny.
I thought the whole thing was quite good.
Yeah, it is good.
I mean, it's like they did the show Gladiators, didn't they? Which is essentially the same thing, but with soft toys, like in a soft play area kind of thing, but it's essentially the same idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Running Man's a great idea.
On your marks! Get set!
Killian, I'll be back.
Only in a rerun.
Go!
Gets put in a bobsled, anyway, Arnie does.
Yep.
Sent down the course. Hopefully he packed his lucky egg.
Yeah, I've never seen Cool Runnings. Have that. Yep, throw that one in for you.
It's a little one for the kids there. All you kids watching 1994 films.
Yeah, well, and then going back to listening to Gene Pitney.
And Roy Orbison. Luckily, they keep all their incriminating evidence in a nice filing system. So Amber
You've
can...
got to have a system, haven't you? Otherwise it's chaos.
So
it's the future. Futuristic.
Yeah, so it's nice that they've got like hard copy of all of this stuff.
Of course they have.
Amber can locate it easily enough.
I think it's in a filing cabinet that says real footage and fake footage.
Yeah.
Just for ease of whoever's wanting to use it.
And she's just pointing with a finger at both of them and then goes, aha.
Yeah, this one.
And then someone taps her on the shoulder.
It's Corey Everson from Double Impact who frisks her whilst wearing leather. That doesn't happen. Not in the real film, anyway.
Agnes, of course, chooses Professor Sub-Zero.
Yeah, now, it's Professor Toru Tanaka, who's also in a few other films. He was the main henchman in Perfect Weapon, Jeff Speakman film that used Snap. I've got the power for his workouts. his thing in that was he would kill people because he's a massive man, and then he'd leave them a little flower. That was how you knew it was him.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so a lovely touch.
I think that was
after obviously the murder, which is not that nice.
I think he was a wrestler, wasn't he? And that was his name, the Professor.
What, you're saying he's not a real professor?
No, not a real professor.
What? Of course he is. He's called Professor Toru Tanaka.
No.
I've accepted he's had a doctorate since the bloody 90s.
No.
He better have.
He doesn't. That was just his...
No!
It was his gimmick.
I'm not happy about that.
I was trying to think of where the hell do I know him from. He's the butler in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I know him from.
So he's not a real professor?
No.
Oh, I'm going to get onto him.
He was also in Last Action Hero as Tough Asian Man.
Yeah, good name. Good name for a character. I'm not sure either. Why do they call him Professor Sub-Zero?
As a nod to his wrestling gimmick.
Oh, right, because he's like a professor of cold.
He's the professor of ice hockey.
Well, Schwarzenegger was a doctor, wasn't he? He was like Dr. Freeze.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And all of his thugs were ice hockey players.
Well, there you go. Maybe this is where he learnt his craft.
Have you seen Batman and Robin? Never watched it?
No.
So you're going to have to watch it for this at some point.
It's the one I've not seen.
Yeah. We'll probably do all the Batmans similar to what we did with Halloween. Let's talk a bit about Sub-Zero. What do you think to this as a sort of an idea for a podcast?
It's poor, isn't it?
Oh man,
It
he's
doesn't
on
really,
ice.
it doesn't
he's on
really
ice
lend
skates.
itself. It doesn't really lend itself to anything other than just being there.
Yeah, you're off balance at all times.
I tell you what, though, for such a large man, he's and like quite old at this point as well. He's not a young man, is he?
No.
He's incredibly agile on the ice.
Yeah, he is.
Isn't
Yeah. he cuts a fucking gong in half with his his hockey stick.
Yeah, which is some sort of blade. It's got to be bladed, hasn't it?
No.
That's just how powerful he is.
No, the gong was very, very fragile.
It was made of cheese.
It was already broke. Yeah, they get locked in the first sector, and Sub-Zero chases them. He's fully he looks like a cross between like Mad Max and a fucking hockey goalie.
Yeah, the point of that is he's clearly not him. That's why he has to be fully masked up.
Or just get someone in that's fucking can do it all then.
No, because he's a massive, he's a powerful looking man.
I like
get
how...
him in, he's like fearsome.
Yeah.
Who else would you get in? Just somebody who can play hockey? That's not scary, is it?
Well, they got fucking, what's his face in?
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, get him in. Everyone would be like, fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, be like, that's
How
terrifying.
the hell have you plucked an ice hockey player out of the fucking ether there? Well done.
I don't know.
I like how he knocks Harold into the net and wins a prize for the audience member. These little callbacks to the studio I like in this film.
Yeah, she's getting all kinds of things. She's getting some sort of TV. She's getting a board, getting the Running Man board game.
I was just about to say, I like that everyone gets a Running Man board game. How the hell would you play that? Just at Christmas with your nan just slicing her up with a fucking knife.
It's the future.
Yeah, so I like that. Yeah, and Harold's absolutely fucking useless, isn't he, Harold?
You keep calling him Harold. I only know him as Vice.
Harold Weiss.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, nobody calls him Harold.
His nickname's Adel.
Nobody calls him Harold at all. Everyone calls him Vice all the way through the film.
I called him Harold. What do you mean?
You've been calling him it all bloody time. Nobody else does.
Okay, I'm switching to Vice then.
You have to, because later on Amber says Vice so many times. I've written it down while she's talking to him, which is pointless. You don't do that when you're talking to the person in question.
That's
you don't
true.
use their name all the time because you're the only two fucking people there.
Yeah, that's
okay, so now you have to call him Vice, otherwise that bit won't make sense.
Sub-Zero's got exploding hockey pucks as well, which is what happened to Arnie at the airport when he got hit by...
Yeah, that's a medical condition that Professor Sub-Zero's had for many a year.
And meanwhile, all through this, all you hear is Arnie like, come on, let's get out of here. Come on, move it, come on.
Well, you would. I mean, you wouldn't just stand still, would you? You'd be dead. So he's right.
I just didn't realise, actually, watching this again, how often he says that in this film. He says it all.
The most common phrase ever in films is "Let's get out of here," or a derivative thereof. Yeah, so that's a fact for you.
And Sub-Zero chases after them.
Yeah, and probably helped by this film and the amount of times he says it.
He pulls down a bit of fence that's loose, and it's still got the barbed wire attached that rips all along the top there, rips along with it. So he's got basically like a trap, hasn't he, that goes across like a...
Yeah, it's like a wire across, isn't it?
Which is barbed wire, and Sub-Zero, because I don't know, he's blind or he's steamed up his mask. He flies straight into it, and Arnie wraps it around his neck and just pulls it as hard as he can, and it ends up just cutting into his neck. And
it's quite nasty, to be honest. That would really, really hurt.
I love the horrified reactions of the crowd there. There's like no applause or anything. Everyone's just staring at the screen
Well, they can't believe
shit.
it. They can't believe that shit.
Arnie lightens the mood by saying,
Hey, Killian! Here is Sub-Zero! Now, Plane Zero!
That is a really bad one.
That's fucking
that
terrible,
doesn't even
isn't it?
make sense,
No.
that one. It's not even clever. That's just poor.
My next note is no one laughs in the crowd and neither do we.
No, I would have booed him for that, in fact. I would have booed him even more.
I don't remember writing this, but... Okay, I'm reading this out word for word. We get a shot of Arnie and Yaphet Kotto high-fiving and walking away with their little metallic arses on show.
Yeah, it's like in Loaded Weapon Part 1, where they spoof the Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
With his buttocks in the moonlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Quite revealing, these costumes they're wearing.
I also like that before all of this, Captain Freedom starts to tell a story, and Killian cuts him off straight away.
Yeah.
He starts telling me, I remember when...
Yeah.
He just says, we ain't got time for that now, Cap.
Yeah. Throughout this, it must be mentioned, like, throughout this bit of them going through the gauntlet, we do cut to sort of... Jesse Ventura occasionally, who's back. He's like an announcer now. He's
like
retired,
he's
isn't he?
pundit, isn't he? It's like just a commentator on the whole
Yeah,
thing.
you know, like when sportsmen retire, they go into commentating afterwards. He's doing that. Yaphet Kotto says, "Sure glad we took care of Sub-Zero," to which Arnie says, "Yeah." He was a real pain in the neck.
Ha ha ha. Do you see what I've done there, Yaphet Kotto? Do you understand the joke?
Killian's on the phone to the Justice Department explaining Gilligan's Island to them.
Yeah, the one with the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's what he says.
And he's also talking about the fact that a stalker's just died on TV. So, I mean, they've had 4 winners before, but none of the stalkers have died. What does that mean? They just got to the end of that. Does that mean they don't have to kill these people?
I don't think so. I think they just have to survive for 3 hours, which means you could have hidden.
But then they hit the gas, don't they? So you get moved on to the next zone.
Oh, I don't know then.
And you've got 3 hours to get to the end, though, so maybe it's just you've got to just leg it.
Imagine, though, if you did all that before they even voted on who was going to be the next stalker.
You just legged
You just
it.
ran it really, really fast.
Yeah.
And you just got there in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Whilst they were still dancing at the beginning.
We meet Leon now, who's an indecisive little fuck.
Yeah. He still wins a lot, though, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
I mean, fair dues to him.
Christmas Day. He can't decide out of 2 of them which stalkers he wants to put on next. So they just go with both of them, both of his picks.
Yeah.
It's the tag team, although I think Senor Question Mark Face and the Flying Corpse might have their number in an actual...
Imagine if they were in this.
No holds barred tag
The
team
Flying Corpse. just catapulted at Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Missed him.
Yeah.
He's out of the game.
just yeah.
Yeah, smashes through a window instead. Stays there for the rest of the film.
Apparently they're a tag team. I don't know how these two are a tag team. It's Buzzsaw and Dynamo.
I'm not sure they're a tag team, really.
Buzzsaw is Buzzsaw Eddie Bukowski.
Yes.
He's got a massive fucking chainsaw and then 2 little chainsaws.
He has, yeah. Like Dennis Hopper.
Yes, in Texas Chainsaw
2.
He looks a bit like if Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair had a baby and fed it steroids.
Like Steiner.
He does look a bit like Scott Steiner.
I thought he looked a bit like Steiner and a bit like Jim the Anvil Knight. As though if those two had a baby.
So any wrestlers from the 80s, mix them all together.
Basically, if any 2 wrestlers had a baby, which would be weird, but, you know, very, very forward.
And then we've got Dynamo. Ken, would you care to describe Dynamo to us?
Dynamo's a fat man in a ridiculous suit.
He's wearing like a plastic Roman centurion's armour.
Yeah.
That has Christmas lights all over it.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
Singing opera.
Singing, he is. He's got a great voice.
I like how just for why the fuck not, he shoots electric from his hands.
Yeah, he can shoot electricity.
It's got nothing to do with what he's wearing.
Electricity at people. It's because he's got lights on him. That's the electric connection. Not sure how he does it.
No,
I don't think that's ever explained how he actually conducts electricity.
Through the power of opera. You idiot.
I mean, you've got
everyone knows that.
Buzzsaw, obviously, he's just got saws, so that's where he gets his name from. You've got Sub-Zero, he was on ice. This bloke's called Dynamo, but never explained how he gets his electricity powers.
Why do you think no one fucked with Pavarotti?
I don't know.
Electricity
the mafia.
hands.
Oh, I thought he was mafia controlled.
Well, that as well. Killian, he's told that they found Amber snooping around. He likes that. He likes the sound of that shit. So I wonder what's going to happen to her. What do you reckon? Just let go?
Yeah.
A mystery contestant is added.
Oh, yes. Sorry, no, she's not free to go. No, she's entered into the game as well.
Amber Mendez.
I tell you what, where did they get the suit that fits her?
It's got a name on it as well.
Yeah, it looks absolutely superb. She looks very good.
Why, do you want the suit?
Yeah, as long as it's not been washed.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck is this?
Vice notices something about the camera relay in the fact that it's pointing up and not at them. Isn't that crazy?
What? How would he know this sort of thing? Oh, yes, he's the computer geek, isn't he, from the beginning that sorted out all the perimeter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as soon as Chico lost his head.
They want to jam the network. Arnie's obviously not happy about it. He thinks he's going to get them all killed.
Yeah, he's more than happy just to keep killing everyone. He ain't got time for this. This is science voodoo as far as he's concerned.
Science voodoo, the whole business. It's bullshit. All of it.
Let's just kill everybody. Come on.
Get a quick shot of Amber going through the first zone. Buzzsaw on a motorbike. Dynamo's in a little Dodgem car.
To be honest, if she just stayed still and let Arnie and everyone just go kill everybody else, she's got a massively easy run there, hasn't she?
Yeah, plus...
She just walks very, very slowly. So why go and catch them up?
That's true, yeah.
Why didn't she just follow them from a distance?
And also, they put the gas in so everyone else would move, so she's just dead as soon as she gets into the first zone.
Yes.
She actually catches them up really quickly.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know, because she's around the corner and they think it's a guard or something. And
Pika bloody boo.
So she turns up and just as the stalkers rock up, basically, and they split up. Vice and Amber go one way, chased by Dynamo, and then you got Arnie and Yaphet Kotto that go the other way, with Buzzsaw after them too. And Buzzsaw here attacks, and Yaphet Kotto actually pushes Arnie out of the way.
He does, he takes one for the team, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I like the fact that he's got a motorbike, which is nimble, quite quick, easy to spin round, and quite manageable. And you got Dynamo, who's in some sort of
bumper car,
idiot beach buggy. It's just looks like a kid's made.
It does. It looks like the Red Bull Run that people go downhill on.
Yeah,
it's one of them.
Yeah, it's just a group of idiots who've made it themselves.
I actually made a note, but it actually comes back to be proven true because I forgot. I was going to say that could not go over any sort of obstacle in its way.
No, it's ridiculous. It's totally useless.
Buzzsaw lassoes Arnie, takes him on a drive with him.
Yeah, with some swingy balls, doesn't he? Yeah,
well.
he swings his balls around, he lassoes him and drags him away.
Yeah, Arnie manages to snag the lasso on a metal pipe sticking out from some cement, I think, or something like that. And it ends up whipping the bike from underneath Buzzsaw and just sends him sprawling.
To be honest, with the state of Buzzsaw, if he'd have done that, he'd have probably been out for a period of time. But no, he's straight back up. We then cut to Vice and Amber, who were looking for to jam the network. I
didn't really understand this. I don't think I understood it when I first watched it, and still don't really.
Well, he's looking. I mean, what they've got there, they've got the hexagonal decode system.
Yeah,
from the future.
Seems simple enough.
Yeah, well, it does because he manages just to jam it immediately. No, I didn't really get this.
No.
I don't know. It's just one of those. It's like Rotor, who just speaks bullshit about science, and you just go, "Wow, he really does know his stuff." Even though he's been in prison for 18 months, he's still very aware of all of the security systems. And this is where she uses Vice's name a lot. When they're the only two people there, she says Vice pretty much in every sentence she speaks now for about 4 sentences. What's the point of that?
I don't know, because
we're on this guy thing, and when we talk to each other, we never use each other's name because we know we're talking to the other person in the room. So it's just, I really don't like it when that happens. I'll tell you when else it happens. Braddock missing in Action 3.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
At one point, a character says Braddock twice in the same sentence, and that sentence is Braddock, you son of a bitch, Braddock. It's like twice. There's not even that many words in that sentence. Anyway, yeah. So that actually annoyed me, that bit.
Yeah.
She just says it too often, Vice. And he's shouting out a code, and she's repeating it, but she's getting it wrong even though he's literally just said it.
Yeah.
Which, again, is quite ridiculous that she can't remember that, because I think she's dreaming about makeup and clothes or something.
She probably is, isn't she?
I think so, yeah. Anyway, back to the actual good bits.
Yeah. Yeah, goes to grab Buzzsaw's weapon as he's out for the count, and he ends up dragging him closer. I think Buzzsaw wants a little kiss.
He does. Poo. He does. Well, he doesn't get them very often, does he? Because he's a violent man.
Yeah.
But if he could maybe get himself together with another violent man, then some violent love could happen.
There was lyrics from Ken's solo album, Violent Love.
Yeah. There's one of the tracks of that was Surprise Sex, but it wasn't very popular at all, that album.
Yeah, Violent Men Don't Cry was a reggae song from one of our albums that Ken ill-informedly...
with music by Aswad.
Another great reference there, guys. Jesus Christ.
I don't know who listens, do I?
Aswad. Oh, God. They start hand-to-chainsaw combat. It seems unfair. Fucking Aswad.
Don't turn around if you want to see my heart breaking. Yeah, everyone knows that song.
Buzzsaw says, I love the saw. Saw's part of me. Now I'm going to make it part of you.
Yeah, which is a bit long-winded, isn't it, as a threat?
And I like Arnie's comeback.
That's the only reason for the threat, so he can give this back.
He says, that's all right. Keep it. And forces the saw between Buzzsaw's legs and lifts up. And just
it's quite horrific, to be honest with you. It's horrific.
Shreds him from arsehole to appetite.
which is greeted by Buzzsaw giving us an incredible high-pitched squeal, which I did enjoy.
Yeah, it goes like higher up, is it? Yeah.
It's like, which is weird because you think Dynamo should be doing that, which he does later.
Yeah, that's the most painful death of this whole thing.
Yeah, we cut back to Vice, who's figuring out the coordinates, which, means nothing again, because we don't even know what the coordinates mean.
I don't think you understand, Ken. They're hacking the mainframe. That's what they're doing.
They're hacking. They could do with Neil Breen there, because he's been hacking it for years.
He's asleep at the laptop. He's already fucking passed out.
He needs more coffee, that man.
Yeah, they're getting the code they need to remember when
they need to give it to Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah, and it's about fucking 20 fucking characters long, this fucking...
Well, no wonder she can't remember it. But, he's there shouting it out. She's repeating it. He's getting annoyed because she's got it wrong.
Yeah.
So makes her repeat it again. It's almost as if he thinks, what if I'm not around to remember this on my own? And he's not, because Dynamo turns up and immediately kills him. So it's a good job that she remembered it after all.
Yeah, he electrocutes Vice, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And no one really mentions that anymore.
With his powers.
It's like mentioned once, but no one really gives a fuck. No. Everyone's upset when the next character dies, but not this man.
No, it's Vice, isn't it? He's a geek.
Yeah.
He's an expendable geek.
Yeah, aren't we all?
My God. Yeah, well, Amber, she screams.
Yeah.
And we cut back to Ben, who's just staring at Buzzsaw's dead body. He's just staring at him, just stood over him, looking at him.
He's staring at Buzzsaw's belt, which has been cutting off, which gives you the arsehole to appetite reference of how high he raised that chainsaw up to him.
He's just basically looking at his no-balls body.
Yeah. Dynamo electrocutes her tits to knock her out.
Yep.
And faces Arnie, who's around.
That is actually feasible. That does work.
Arnie runs over to help her after he hears the scream and the face-to-face mano a mano.
Yeah, he also shouts out a couple of very, very poor insults.
He does. I've got them listed here.
He shouts, "Hey, lantern."
Yep.
"Hey, Christmas tree."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pointless.
Calls him light bulb.
Light bulb later on. Yeah, gives him a light bulb.
Yeah.
What else could you say? Electric boy.
Big fat fuck.
Yeah, could have called him fat fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You big fat fuck.
What is he? That's in The Last Stand. No, Sabotage. He criticises somebody's body mass index or something.
BMI.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Yeah,
BMI put downs from Arnie.
Yeah, sitting there like you big fat bastard. Yeah, very funny.
He gets in his little toy car and chases Arnie while singing opera.
Yeah, it's the Ride of the Valkyries, isn't it, by Wagner, who was Hitler's favourite composer.
Nice fact for you.
Yes.
I like it. Well, it's good.
It's more commonly used in Apocalypse Now, isn't it? For the helicopters coming over through the horizon. But he was because he was very bombastic, very sort of militaristic kind of music from Wagner.
I like how he does sing opera because it cuts out the noise of the car, which is going. Fucking might as well have a big key on the back that you turn to make it go.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger, he joins in. Follow me, light bulb.
Light bulb.
You stupid light bulb.
Yeah, he runs up a small hill of like junk. They're in like a junkyard, aren't they, in this second phase?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even know if this is still the second one.
Yeah, I don't know either, actually. It's a good point. And he tries to drive up the hill after him and ends up just totaling the car. He just flips it multiple times.
Rubbish. It's absolutely rubbish.
Why the hell he thought that would work?
To be honest, all three Stalkers so far have been shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Buzzsaw, I had higher hopes for him. I
Yeah.
thought he looked pretty good. He looked.
I thought he'd at
quite
least use the
fearsome.
small ones.
Yeah, he looked quite fearsome to be a quite, But this guy's just a fat guy in a stupid suit. The first one was just a fat guy on ice.
Yeah.
Buzzsaw's not a slim mate. He's pretty much a fat guy on a motorbike, but he's got chainsaws.
Yeah.
That kind of adds a little bit of menace, doesn't it?
As I said, he had the two. I'd have liked at least Arnie to have maybe got the two and sort of duelled him with the chainsaws or something.
One for each ball.
Yeah.
See how high pitched he could have got
says.
with that.
One for each ball, you fat bastard.
Look at you sitting there with your body mass index.
Yeah, so Dynamo ends up screaming for help and to cut and go to commercial.
Ben actually says, I wouldn't kill a helpless human being, not even a sadistic scum like you. That's what he says.
Not even sadistic scum like you, Dynamo, you fat bastard.
You stupid fat shit. Yeah, which we get to the crowd actually start booing.
I like that.
Yeah, the crowd start booing because he's not killing him.
Hey, what happened to Buzzsaw? He had to split.
Yeah, very, very good line. That's a good one. You see, he's just full of them.
Yeah.
No way has Stephen King written all these.
No.
Not a chance.
Throughout the Running Man game, there's been a black guy with a skunk haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to the woman from Rotor, if you remember her.
Yes, Dr. Skunk.
He's been cheering along in random scenes, and as I said, he's lost an article of clothing every single time you cut back to him. We find out now that this is Fireball, and he's another stalker.
It's Big Jim Brown.
I wonder what his power is.
I don't know. I mean, his name doesn't lend itself to any kind of imagination.
Then maybe they just set him on fire and kick him through the door. He's got about 5 minutes.
He's just a walking man on fire.
He's got about 5 seconds before he just dies.
All he's got to do is find them and hug them.
Yeah.
And that will kill them.
Or maybe they just all drink a Fireball shot.
Yeah, just a shot, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just out distributing them.
Yeah, he's just got a
in a
train.
nightclub. Here comes Fireball. Woo!
Arnie and Amber, they run to meet Yaphet Kotto, who's on the ground face down.
Yeah, I wonder how he is.
It's like, Laughlin, break's over, come on, let's go, get going. He's face down on the ground.
Yeah, he's just having a rest.
He's literally face down, not moving.
He'd probably be fine, though.
I like his, he keeps up the travel theme as well, because he says, I'm going somewhere, but not with you. Buzzsaw took care of my travel arrangements.
They're good. They're good for banter.
He's bleeding out, but he's still maintaining the travel theme, which I like. It's also, what else is nice is that Arnie sees his wound and to comfort him says, oh my God. Amber also adds to the comfort by telling him that Vice is dead.
Yeah.
Could have lied to him and said, oh no, he's all right.
Yeah, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
No.
You'd have thought Arnie might have said that to him, but no. They just assume he's going to die.
And then they piss on him.
Yaphet Kotto tells him that
It's what he wanted, though.
The underground is a broadcast centre in Quadrant 4. Whatever the fuck that means.
How does he know that? He's busy getting chained up by a bloody chainsaw.
Yeah.
He wasn't with Vice. He doesn't know any of this.
No. His last line, which I'm hoping is on Yaphet Kotto's actual grave, who actually died earlier this year. I don't want to be the only asshole in heaven.
That's beautiful.
That's a great line to have on your tombstone. Arnie says, he saved my life. It should be me down there. But I actually did save his life twice, so technically I'm one up.
So he owes me one.
Killian calls them to congratulate them on this big fucking monitor that's just appeared from somewhere. And for the amazing ratings, and he offers him a 3-year contract to be a stalker.
Mm-hmm.
Arnie rips the camera down really easily.
But he's a massive man.
You would assume that would have killed the camera, but he starts speaking directly into it, and he gives the best line in this film.
See, now this is another thing Stephen King's not written, but I bet he wishes he had.
Does he say, you cold-blooded bastard?
Cold-hearted, it's his accent. Cold-hearted son of a bitch.
You cold-blooded bastard.
Say the word, Ben. You can be the one doing the stalking. What do you think?
You cold-blooded bastard. I'll tell you what I think of it. I live to see you eat that contract. But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine! Ah!
He smashes the camera onto the ground. That is the most over-elaborate...
Well, quick one-liner
that I've ever heard. It's 3 fucking lines long on my Word document. It's too long to be a quip, Arnie. You got to shorten that. And another thing. It just carries on for ages.
Yeah, where's Vice? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not bothered about him, but still.
Here comes Fireball.
He's got a flamethrower.
Which he fires towards the audience.
Yeah, which I don't know about viewers there.
So I've put here, Ken, I don't know if you agree with me on this. He's come dressed as either Grace Jones or Zool from Ghostbusters.
Both.
Yeah.
I think he's come dressed as Grace Jones's audition for Zool
from
in Ghostbusters.
And he's got a fucking jetpack as well.
Yeah, which is shit.
I don't even remember that.
It's rubbish the way he flies off. It's absolutely pathetic.
Yeah.
We get a quick shot of Captain Freedom, a photograph of himself, just like in the garden or something.
With his belt.
With his belt on. It's like Captain Crease in the Karate Kid, where he's just in the office.
God, man, that was so funny.
Near a plant. Yeah. This guy is just Captain Freedom, just in his garden, on his patio.
No, call me Captain Freedom.
Dad?
No.
Dad, can I wear the belt? Absolutely not. Take this photo.
They ask Agnes again who she thinks will have the next kill, and reminding her that Fireball and Dynamo are still the active stalkers.
Mm-hmm.
And she ends up picking Arnie. She picks Ben.
Ben Richards. Everyone's just like...
Agnes says, that boy's one mean motherfucker.
Yeah, which is funny because she's an old woman.
Calm
and
down,
that makes that funny.
Calm down, Agnes. You're bloody old enough to be Ken's bloody daughter. The betting crowds actually start betting on Ben as well, don't they, for the next kill? They give odds 100 to 1 for
100
Arnie.
to 1's a massive odd. That's absolutely ridiculous.
And some guy
odds.
puts 200 fucking quid on it.
Yeah, where's he got that from? He's living in the streets.
Yeah,
where's
he's
he
in the
got
slums.
200 quid?
He's got it from bloody Mikey from Boyzone's place, hasn't he?
God be Jesus.
You made me look bad.
He's silly ass bastard.
Sorry, you little bollocks. You're not taking that bet.
I put $200 on the little bollocks there.
What the fuck is this?
There's someone in a white suit starts slowly descending down in front of Arnie and Amber, and I thought for a minute that it was Judas from Jesus Christ Superstar.
Well, Amber also suggests it's Jesus.
Did you get me wrong?
She says Jesus Christ, to which Arnie quips, guess again.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, because it's not Jesus Christ at all. It's Fireball, who's brought drinks for everyone.
We get a chase through some tunnels. Arnie throws barrels at him.
Yeah, just a few barrels.
They leak out. Fireball shoots his flamethrower at him, blows himself up.
Yeah, but he's okay.
He is okay.
He's all right, isn't
bloody
he?
hell, I remember him being better than he was.
I told you they're all shit.
Yeah, but he ends up walking out. He's all right. I don't know how he survives that, but not the other one. But anyway, Amber finds a load of sort of dead bodies.
Yeah, corpses in the locker room.
Yeah, it turns out to be last season's winners, the ones we saw on the beach at the beginning.
Yeah, we got a flashback to them as well, just to make sure we know about that. Whitmore, Price, and Haddad.
Yeah, and she actually says last season's winners, and then Fireball, who appears behind her, says, no, last season's losers.
Yeah, which should be more than.
Yeah.
It was only just 3 episodes, was it?
No.
Last season.
Luckily, Arnie turns up behind him. More one-upsmanship.
On the ceiling.
Yeah, and then someone turns up behind Arnie. Yeah, it's on the ceiling.
Arnie's on the ceiling, like Spider-Man.
Rips the sort of the cable, doesn't he?
It's his gas line.
His gas line.
Because he says, my gas line. And
My
actually
gas line.
tells us what that is.
Then he says, mercy, mercy, mercy. Oh, mercy.
Oh, mercy me.
And Arnie asks him, how about a light? Kicks him into the lockers and throws a flare at him.
Yeah, he picked up a flare earlier. Throws it at him.
And the flare's like, woo!
Because he's a big friend of Jesse the Body.
Yeah, just throws Ric Flair at him. Ends up just blowing up.
Yeah.
Actually, I was a bit sad about that.
Fireball just explodes.
I was hoping he'd have a bit of a bigger role, to be honest. Of Jim Brown.
No, it's quite a quick film.
It is really quick.
It's 100 minutes, which I thought it was only going to be 90, but it actually does hit over the 100.
It does go quick.
But when it actually gets to the bad guys and everything, it's very, very swift.
What a hothead, says Arnie.
Yeah. Ha ha ha.
Jesse Ventura, he's called to wardrobe.
Captain Freedom to wardrobe. Captain Freedom to wardrobe.
And he bursts into the recording studio. Can you describe to me what he's wearing, Ken, at this point?
No. No, I can't.
He looks like
he's an absolutely shit robot suit.
He looks like he's wearing your sort of kitchen knife drawer strapped to his chest.
I'm not even sure what they're trying to do with that.
With like a metal arm. And he's saying,
I know it's supposed to be a joke, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's not happy about it either, is he? He says he wants to do it hand-to-hand combat like the gladiators.
Yeah, the code of the warrior.
Death and honour.
The honour. Yeah. Which I quite liked. I like the idea of that.
Yeah, which I think is what it was before, wasn't it? That he was talking
That's
about.
what he was saying. That's how he won, whatever it was, the 10-year best stalker bloke.
I kind of like that Jesse Ventura doesn't like actually do anything. He just fucks off. He's just like, no, I'm not fucking doing it.
Yeah, he said, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. However, the TV execs, they go for digital enhancement.
Yeah, a bit of foreshadowing into the future of what we actually can do nowadays.
Yes,
which is
with deep fakes and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Put it on a stunt double, which they actually kill in real life, don't they?
I thought they'd said, activate the travelling mat.
That's the name of the stunt double.
Well, no, that's the name of from the Fraggles. That was he used to go on journeys and write "Dear Nephew Gobo," and I thought it was going to be him, a little puppet. Dear Nephew Gobo, the large people are increasingly frustrating. Yeah, it wasn't anyway. It wasn't Uncle Travelling Matt after all.
No,
but I swear that's what they said.
It's just the stunt double.
Yeah, that was his name, Travelling Matt.
Yeah,
yeah, it never works in the same place twice.
Yeah,
always just moving on.
And they actually get Arnie and Amber. They're looking for the underground broadcast centre, and they're trapped in, aren't they?
Yes. He actually says that we're trapped as well, in case we weren't sure about that, because all the doors slam shut and they are trapped. But then he tells us we're trapped.
Yeah, I like how the girls do like a commemorative dance to mourn the losses of the dead stalkers, which is
was that also choreographed by Paula Abdul?
I believe so. It's also, I think, the same dance from when they were happy. So
I think it's just a bit slower, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like the Team America song. It's just slowed down and it suddenly becomes a bit sad.
Yeah,
America, fuck yeah.
Yeah, turns out the trap was actually set by Mick Fleetwood.
None other than Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac and Frank Zappa's son.
Just turning up and saying, sorry about the traps.
Yeah.
Thought you'd be difficult to catch, but you're not.
Yeah.
You're shit.
Fleetwood welcomes them to the People's Network, and Amber tells them that she has the uplink code, which no one seems arsed about when she says it.
Oh, no, I didn't know
Fleetwood
what she was
doesn't even
talking
fucking
about.
look round.
No, he's just having a shit.
Yeah.
No, only joking. Nobody has a shit in this film. Told you that. If you were paying attention, you'd know that was a hoax.
A ruse. You got to be careful for these. Ken's going to be doing this throughout.
I'll be throwing them in from now on.
Killian appears on TV and tells them that Captain Freedom has come out of retirement and shows them footage of him killing Amber and Arnie.
Yeah, live.
Yeah.
We'll go to the arena live.
You actually forget how much of a massive bastard Jesse Ventura is.
He's the body.
Yeah, he's like purposely kept at a distance from Arnie and Predator, and that was because like Arnie's... I mean, Jesse Ventura's like fucking 6'6" or something. Arnie's not that tall.
Well, it's like security guard that we spoke about, Sven.
Yeah.
He's a big lad as well, isn't he?
And Arnie's not happy about that. He's like, damn it, Killian. Amber doesn't know why, because she says like, well, we're officially dead. We can do literally whatever we want.
Yeah, well, we get back to them being dead, because you've just skipped over that.
Well, the scene.
Quite brutal.
Yeah, it is a good scene.
It's quite brutal.
He just snaps her neck.
Picks Amber up, snaps her neck, and throws her into some barbed wire,
Yeah.
which I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. That's Captain Freedom for you, the all-American hero.
Yeah.
Snapping a woman's neck and throwing her into barbed wire.
And then a bit of back and forth with Arnie, and then
Yeah, they get some punches exchanged.
bit of How's Your Father, and
It's none of that, no.
and he ends up ramming Arnie into some
Yeah, with none of that.
into some spikes.
Yeah, just a spiked wall.
Yeah.
Which is the end of Uncle Travelling Matt. Yeah, whose last words were, Gobo!
So anyway, Amber says that we're officially dead, we can go anywhere. And he says, no, don't you understand? They'll never let us out of here alive. They can't afford it. He's got the police, the army. He'll hunt us down like dogs.
The whole business.
On camera, of course.
Yeah, which again would be it'd be a great spin-off.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Although, obviously, if they use stalkers, it'd be absolutely pathetic. They'd just be wiped out immediately.
I don't think I'd like this show if I was just watching it.
Why?
The Running Man.
Why?
But if you're supposed to be rooting for these guys and they're shit.
Oh, yeah, but they've not been shit up until now. No one has ever survived.
Imagine watching...
Although it said no one has ever survived, but they've thrown bloody Whitman, Price and Haddad at us right at the beginning.
I know.
We're not supposed to know that they hadn't survived until this bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a poor tagline after all. Let's go back to that tagline and no thank you to that one.
We get a shot of Killian congratulating his producers on a job well done. As far as he's concerned, the game's over.
Yep.
Didn't seem to be overly concerned about where Arnie is or Amber.
Well, no, but maybe he's already thinking about that plan that Schwarzenegger just said. Hunting them down with like dogs.
Yeah.
With cameras. Which is actually what they're doing now, isn't it?
Arnie's actually as well. He's gone from looking after number one to heading up the team, taking control of the uplink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he says bad move Mick to Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah.
At this point, which is why I had to check what his character name was in case they got that wrong.
Mick Fleetwood says, "I thought you were heading for the door," and Arnie says, "I told Killian I'll be back. I wouldn't want to be a liar."
Yeah, very good. Amber gives Mick Fleetwood his
job.
Yeah, close, not that close. The original footage of the Bakersfield Massacre.
That's getting caught.
Quite right too.
Sorry.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Yes, she does. Yeah, Mick Fleetwood's like, "Why the fuck do I want this?"
Yeah, and to be fair, I wrote this down, and then he said it. So thankfully, you know, it was Schwarzenegger who just said,
I wrote it as well.
Yeah, where did you hide that?
Where's she been keeping that? I wrote.
Yeah, I just put, where's that been? She says, none of your business.
And my question there is, where do you think, Ken?
Well, I've also written down, it's either the vagina or the anus.
Listeners, email us in with your answers.
It's 50-50, isn't it?
badmoviecult@gmail.com. If we get enough responses, we'll email the actress herself and ask her.
Yeah.
Ken agrees. We're doing it.
Yeah, I've already done it. Already written the draft. The draft email up.
Well, it's more of a personal matter, so it's a handwritten note.
We'll just post it through her door.
Oh, that's what she did.
Yeah.
Which door? Front door or back door?
Front or back. We're not sure where that's been. She kind of says it in a cheeky way that, you know, and he's kind of...
Would insinuate vagina, not anus?
I don't know.
Because it's not
do you think she'd say it solemnly if it was her anus? Is that what you mean?
Solemn Anus was your wrestling name, wasn't it?
That's none of your business. If that was her anus. Or, that's none of your business. I suppose that's not solemn. That's just very upset.
Yeah, well, some people are.
Yeah. About hiding like digital footage up their backsides.
About hiding evidence of a man's freedom up their anus, yeah.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Yeah, as Arnie and his guys, they're breaching the broadcast centre.
Yep, they hijack the broadcast.
Now, Amber and Dweezil Zappa, they go a different way. They go down a different corridor. Killian's out on the broadcast booth for the post-game wrap-up show.
Yep, they play the footage. It's been re-edited once again. They show the survivors are in fact dead.
Yeah, so from the command center, Mick Fleetwood's playing the video that proves Arnie's innocence.
Yeah, so they show that the survivors are dead. They show that the real footage of the opening scene, or as Dom's pointed out, what we've perceived to be the real footage. Obviously, in this film, that is the real footage. There is no twist to this. There's no Matrix-style thing. They cut the feed, saying that they try and cut the feed whilst he shouts, there's technical difficulties. Agnes, remember old Agnes? She stands up and just shouts, it's bullshit!
All of it, the whole business.
Yeah, because she's doing impressions now. She get her own show, little spin-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the chat show with Agnes.
Arnie bursts in through the doors with his militants and says, it's showtime.
Yeah, that sounded like he was in bloody Jingle All
deaf.
the Way, that bit.
Yeah.
Is that your accent? How you do his accent? You imagine if he was deaf.
Poor baby.
Yeah, he does. He does shout it's showtime, and then just opens fire into a huge room full of the public.
Put that cookie down now.
Amber, she's backstage. She kills a man.
She does. She kills a man with a trident.
Yeah. Yep, she just murders somebody.
Yeah, she's got Han Solo's fucking pistol.
Yeah. Which doesn't do her much good.
No.
Because Dynamo...
Why is he not wearing fucking pants?
I'm not sure. I've written that down, but Dynamo turns up. You remember Dynamo? He was in a very shit little car earlier on with the electric dick.
You remember Dynamo? He's the guy in the gladiator outfit that fucking lights up.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, it's funny in the arena. Why are you not laughing now?" And it's odd, her comeback, because he's sort of on top of her as though he's going to rape her. And she says, "There's nothing funny about a dickless moron with a battery up his ass."
Is that true, Ken?
No. If you look on YouTube, that's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very funny, that kind of thing.
Does he prove her right here?
What,
Because
that A, he's got a battery up his ass, or B, that he is in fact dickless?
Yeah, B, because she kicks him in the bollocks, but he maintains his composure and grabs her when she's trying to get away.
Schwarzenegger didn't exactly fall to the ground, did he?
No.
When she punched him.
I like his comeback, which is, "I'll show you dickless."
Yeah.
It's a great comeback.
Maybe he did then. And he's like a Ken doll.
Yeah.
He just has no penis.
She tries to grab the gun, but he blocks her, and she ends up shooting the sprinkler system, which ends up electrocuting Dynamo to death.
Yeah, who'd have thought that being totally wired up electrically would eventually be his downfall?
Meanwhile, Army's chasing Killian. He's going against the flow of the people escaping. Arnie's in pursuit. Arnie's killing random guards who turn up and, take dives over stairs and railings and whatnot. We hear a "Hello, cutie pie. One of us is in deep trouble."
It's Arnie. He's using the cutie pie back at him. I'm sure Killian said it to him earlier. Otherwise,
I think he might have
it's just
done,
a really weird thing for him to say. "Hello, cutie pie."
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Yeah. He corners Killian near to the bobsled chute, and his bodyguard Sven turns up, and Killian gets all cocky. Says, "Sven, you want to talk to Mr. Richards?" And Sven says, I've got to score some steroids, because earlier on in the film, he'd sort of chastised Sven, didn't he?
Yeah. Damon Killian, obviously no respect whatsoever for anybody other than himself, had insulted his security guard by saying, "What? Steroids made you deaf?"
Yeah.
And he wasn't very happy about that.
Yeah, because that was when Ventura was in the control room, wasn't it? Yeah, he asked him to escort him out. So he says, "I've got to go score some steroids." Gives a nod to Arnie.
Yeah, got it.
And then gives a wink with both eyes, and then leaves. Then Killian tries to worm his way out of it by explaining it's just television. It's just ratings. We're just giving them what they want.
That is all they want. And the thing is, he's right. He gives you a scathing commentary there on America, saying that's all they want to watch. They just want to sit and watch TV and just forget about everything. And I guess he's not wrong. Not just America, but I guess he's not wrong about anything, is he? It's quite a satirical slant.
Arnie says, "Well."
Yeah, because he's become Nosferatu.
Well,
you will not believe what I have in store.
I haven't been in show business as long as you have, Killian, but I'm a quick learner. So I'm going to give the audience what I think they want. And he straps Killian into the bobsled on the stage.
Yeah, Cool Runnings 3.
Yeah,
is what he shouts.
"Do you want to kiss one of my lucky eggs?" And Killian says, "You bastard, drop dead." And Arnie says, "That hurt my feelings."
"I am sad now."
He says, "I don't do requests."
"I don't do requests."
I don't do requests.
He lifts up on the do, which I thought was an odd way he said it.
"I don't do requests." And then sends him down the chute.
Yep, right down there.
Shoots out the end through his own billboard of himself being number one in the ratings.
Advertising Cadre Cola, whatever that is.
Inexplicably blows up on impact.
Mm-hmm. That happens. I've seen it.
Well, that hit the spot. Ha ha ha. Yes, come here. Yes. Ha ha ha. What's he looking at there, Arnie? Because he can't see it, can he? Can't see that happening.
I don't know.
He's like looking into the distance.
Cameras.
Oh, is he? Is that what he's
There's
looking at?
cameras everywhere. You've never worked in TV, have you? There's cameras everywhere.
We've got some amazing 80s love song playing as Amber approaches Arnie and he forces her in for a kiss.
Yeah.
As the applause continues.
Richards! That's the shout of the crowd in the square.
Yeah.
Especially the bloke who's just won like $2,000 or whatever the hell he's just won.
And the crowd goes wild. You know,
What has he won? He bet 200 and it was 100 to 1.
Yeah.
That's more than that.
Is that $200,000?
Yeah, I don't know. That's maths.
The crowd goes wild. You know, 3 hours ago, Ken, they loved Killian.
How's the Backstreet gambling guys got $200,000 to give back?
They haven't.
Then what the hell?
This is going to be the sequel.
That doesn't make sense.
As I say, the crowd goes wild, Ken. 3 hours ago, they loved Damon Killian.
Mm-hmm.
But that's television for you. One day, you're cock of the walk, cock of the north.
Cock of the north, as it were.
The next day, you're a feather duster.
Yeah, that's the old phrase.
The end.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I tell you what, as well, Ken, I got a little factoid I thought I'd save till the end for you.
I'm impressed with this already.
You're going to love it.
I probably won't. In fact, don't tell me it.
On the 19th of February 2021,
no way.
Paramount Pictures announced that it would make a new film adaptation of the novel, one that would be more faithful to the source material.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be written and directed by Edgar Wright.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought interesting. Never read the source material though, so I don't know how close it will be.
Well, I don't know. You know, you could do it because whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody's read it. Nobody cared about Richard Bachman until Stephen King said, "Oh, that's me, by the way." And it was like, "Oh shit, I better read it."
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
What do you think to Running Man then, Ken, after rewatching it?
No, I still like it. I still like it. I think it's ridiculous. It's silly. It's fun. It's violent. Doesn't really need to be that violent either.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I mean, some of the more violent. I don't know why it's an 18 unless it's chainsaw to the balls.
It shouldn't really be an 18.
No,
There's not even massive gore or anything in this. You don't really actually see any of the kills.
You see the one that's not even real. The one that's not even really happening with Uncle Travelling Matt being slammed into the, the spike wall. You get Amber not really being killed. Who played her, by the way, in that bit? If they've got a real stuntman, did they have a stunt woman that he snapped the neck of and threw her into some barbed wire?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was Agnes.
Agnes. Yeah, good. Good, because she was annoying.
Me and Ken have been friends for so long, we make the same joke at the same fucking time.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, so where's this rank for you for Arnie's action films?
It's not one of his best films, but it's still enjoyable. I told
this
you
is
before,
early, isn't it? For
I've told you
Arnie?
before that every film would be better if Arnie was in it.
Yeah,
and that's non-negotiable with me.
Actually, is this early for Arnie? 87's not
87
early for Arnie.
is quite early.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's still making them now, so yes.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah,
he
you're right.
made the first ones in the 80s, and he's still making them now. So I would say it is.
Yeah, I've said before, like this is my era of if I'm watching an action film, late 70s to the 90s is my favorite action movies are all in that time period. I just think it's crazy. They don't make action films like this now. It's all like, let's just be James Bond, but just call him something else.
Yes.
Even James Bond's not James Bond. James Bond now is Jason Bourne.
I told you, the Bourne identity ruined James Bond.
Yeah, because it's got to be
because he
gritty.
wasn't allowed to be fun anymore. He had to be like a proper spy. And
Yeah.
it's just ruined it.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That wasn't what Bond was. Bond was just ridiculous fun. And now it's gritty and real. And that's not Bond.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's for another time. But no, I like this one. I like it because it's Arnie for a start. I think you put somebody else in there, and whoever else, Edgar Wright, if he is doing it, puts in there, okay. But then, as we've said, we don't know the source material.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a geek. Maybe he's just a computer whiz or something, and he figures it all out himself. Vice isn't in it.
Yeah.
Yaphet Kotto's not in it. Well, Schwarzenegger's not going to play Ben Richards either, is he?
I don't know why not.
You throw an elderly man into a game show.
I'd still throw Arnie in an action film.
Oh, yeah, he's still doing them.
Yeah.
But not one that includes him running a lot.
And finally, I just wanted to... If you were going to get someone into Arnie, would this be a film you'd go in early on, or would you save that, probably?
Yeah. I don't see why not. I mean,
this is a more light-hearted one, isn't it?
It's like hokum, isn't it? I
Yeah.
believe is the word. It's just nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just silly nonsense with Arnie and spandex.
Yeah. I've got to say as well, like, also it helps that he's got a good villain next to him, because he is a fucking sleazebag, isn't he?
Killian,
Richard Dawson plays Killian, Damon Killian, and people actually said that Damon Killian is actually a kind of a little bit like what Richard Dawson was like when the cameras weren't rolling. So that's interesting.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's a bit like Gene Pitney.
No. Speaking of Gene Pitney,
oh yeah, go on. Has he messaged in?
Yes, he says, Ken, where's this fucking film pitch?
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So yet again, because there's no fresh ideas in Hollywood, we're going to remake The Running Man. We're going to nip in there before Edgar Wright gets the chance.
Superb. What we got?
Right, ready for this?
I'm ready.
We've got a convict. He's on death row for a crime he didn't commit.
All right, like the 18.
Yes.
Okay.
It's less Mr. T.
Okay, that's a shame.
This is Scott Adkins.
Yes.
He's back. He is playing Johnny Flatbread.
He's in.
A crime he didn't commit.
Isn't it always?
The killing of his wife and child.
What? That's a bit dark.
We're going dark with this.
Ever we get a flashback?
Absolutely not.
Thank goodness.
It's never
for
mentioned
that.
again.
Okay.
The killing of his brother Edward, which is never mentioned again.
His wife was called Edward.
Yes.
And his brother.
And his daughter.
They're all called Edward.
He's got two choices.
Mm-hmm. Say sorry.
No. Go to the electric chair or take part in the Running Man TV show.
That's ridiculous choices. Is it the future?
The distant future, the year 2000.
Oh, wow. We really are ahead.
This is the year 3000.
Brilliant. Yep, I've written that down.
And exactly the same scenario, killing for pleasure, bets taking place and all that sort of stuff. He's going to be thrown in there with two others. He's going to be thrown in there with Michael B. Jordan.
That's okay, that's just up the budget.
Oh shit, you're right.
I've written it down though, so I can't delete it.
He plays Spoons.
He plays the Spoons, or that's
Yes.
his character name?
Both.
Can he have a Z on the end of Spoons?
Of course.
Oh, brilliant. Right, good. And he does play the Spoons as well?
He can.
Yeah, well, he carries them.
He's got a tattoo of spoons.
Where?
On his hand.
Oh. What, so he's not real spoons?
No.
He just sort of moves his hand, and that makes...
He's got them on his two... on his two index fingers and hits them together.
So he claps really badly.
If you like.
Okay. It's not much of a motif, is it, for him to have?
And then you've also got that bastard Frederick.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Played by lovable Ed Helms.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Glasses and all.
Yeah. Missing tooth.
Yeah.
Tattoo on
Michael
face.
B. Jordan is in there for gang crimes.
Gang spoons-related crimes.
Yeah. For graffiti, because, it's the future. He's graffitiing spoons everywhere.
Do we get a backstory as to why he's obsessed with spoons?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll leave that then.
And then you've got that bastard Frederick. He's in there for being a bastard. So yeah, they all get put in together as well. They don't know each other from Adam. These three.
Who's he?
But they've got a exactly.
Adam Sandler.
They've got a band together and make a team, despite their backgrounds.
Are they already in the game? Are we cutting out the actual crimes? We get a couple of flashbacks. I'm guessing.
That bastard Frederick's a white supremacist. Ed Helms.
I don't have space for that now. I just put he was in prison for being a bastard.
Yeah. white supremacism.
Bastard.
The ultimate bastard.
Bastardry.
Yeah.
White supremacist bastardry.
Frederick, yeah.
Yeah. But he's got a swastika on his face, yeah?
He's got a swastika on someone else's face.
That bastard.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? He just points at the guy.
When he wants to...
when he wants to tell
emphasize.
people. Yeah.
Emphasize
Are
what
you
it's
in the
all
Aryan
about.
Brotherhood? He just points to his little mate, Skip.
Swastika skip.
Yeah.
Swaskipper.
Swastika, yeah, that's him. Swastika actually goes with them.
Who's playing him?
Michael Cera.
Yeah, welcome back, Michael.
Hi, Michael. We want you to come in and play a mute character that's got a swastika on his face.
Yeah, you will occasionally get pointed to by Ed Helms.
We've got the evil. You got to have a Damon Killian.
Mm-hmm. Who we got?
He's called Harry.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do?
That's his catchphrase.
That's his last name.
Yeah, but can that also be his catchphrase?
He says, "How do you do?"
He shouts, "I'm Harry or Howard."
Howard.
I'm Howard, and everyone else shouts, "How do you do?" Back at him.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, he's in.
That's played by...
Why don't we get the guy who played Tony in this one?
Who the fuck's Tony?
The guy who was in fucking
Ghostbusters 2. Yes, that's a great shout. Yeah, go with him.
Kurt Fuller.
That's him, yeah. So he's the host, giving all the spiel, all the,
Yep, he's good at that. He's got a wig on, because he's a bald man now. He's old.
Yeah, he's got a ridiculous wig.
He wears a wig.
So he decides, and then if you win, you get your freedom. So he decides to do that. Obviously, you see him in prison. He has a prison fight. There's a bit of a fight for Scott Adkins there in the prison with the Aryan Brotherhood. That bastard Frederick gets his fucking lads on him. Yeah. So already there's animosity between Scott Adkins' character.
I like that.
And Ed Helms. And then you've also, he obviously doesn't like Michael B. Jordan.
Right,
Ed
Helms, yeah.
Yeah.
Scott's all right with him.
Yeah. Well, actually, he fucking vandalised Scott's house, put spoons on it.
Yeah, which his wife and child were allergic to.
Yeah, so, there's that link.
Okay, sorry, we're not mentioning them again, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
I don't know why you mentioned them now.
Sorry, I apologise.
So, there's this animosity between all of them, you see. So, but they've got to work together to get out of it alive.
Jeez. It's very complex, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good dynamic.
And they're putting the skin tight suits exactly the same. I want all that exactly the same. Skin tight suits, bobsled, down the fucking chute they go. Into the first zone.
Right, zone 1.
There's 4 zones. You've got 3 hours to complete it.
Yep, I'm not right. It's the same.
There's none of this underground intel. Let's hack the fucking Matrix bollocks.
Good.
You just got to get through it.
Could they hack the Matrix? And it's Larry Fishburne, just in a room on his
He's
own,
not even in the new
watching
Matrix.
Telly. I don't care.
So first zone.
Who is in it? Mick Fleetwood.
No, first zone. You're in the jungle.
Oh, welcome.
And the stalker
is the Predator.
Is Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This budget is massive.
Well, yeah.
Okay, right. Zone 1, jungle.
Sylvester Stallone. He's got arrows. He's got the red bandana.
Okay. Pretty. Is he playing Rambo?
We don't name
him.
we've got to name him something else. Tree Man.
Yeah. Okay. Tree Man.
Tree. No, he's got to be like Fireball. Something like that. His name is Bow and Arrow.
Mm-hmm. Bow and Arrow.
I'm thinking the name like Bowen, but Bow and the initial Arrow. Yeah, so they've got to get through him.
Right.
In order to get out.
He's the first one?
He's the first one.
Jesus, he set a pretty high standard for the rest of them.
Yeah, actually, no, I'll tell you what the first one is. I got the first one.
Yeah.
First one.
I'm keeping him, though, but for later on, yeah.
First one is 1-to-1 boxing match. Dolph Lundgren.
Jesus Christ. Just cross everything out.
He's got the big flat top.
Of course he has. Is it bigger than it was before?
Yeah, it's 2 foot taller than it was before.
Oh, right. So like Bridget Nielsen's.
Yeah. No, that high. Jesus Christ, Ken. You bloody maniac.
Right.
They've got to choose to get through that. They've got to choose one person to go and to try and do it. Like, so if he dies, then the next one comes in. So they choose the first one first. Michael B. Jordan goes up against Dolph. Close call, but he wins. Knocks him out. They go through.
How does he win?
Knockout.
By spoons.
Yeah.
Does it?
The old 1-2. Just one after the other for a long time.
He can't defend himself against, does he?
Have you seen how long Dolph Lundgren's arms are? How long it takes him to get him up? Yeah, so he knocks out Dolph Lundgren and they advance to the second stage, which is, in fact, Stallone and the Jungle.
Right, okay. So Zone 2, Stallone, bow and arrow, Rambo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to get through it.
Have they got what?
And this is
choose anybody on this.
And as we go through, they start getting a mutual respect for each other. There's dialogue that I can't be asked to fill in now, but
good.
They start learning a bit about each other's past and realise that we actually are going to have to work together if we're going to get through this. Except for the boxing thing, where it's literally just Michael B. Jordan.
Can't they all be against Dolph Lundgren?
No, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but he's got 6 arms.
He hasn't, though, has he?
Not in real life, of course not. But in the film, he could.
I still think that'd be too easy. 6 arms? It doesn't really matter, does it, when you've got one head to aim for?
He's got 6 heads.
Jesus Christ.
3 heads, 3 heads, 6 arms.
How
Okay,
many
there's
fucking
3 of them.
dicks has he got?
3 of them. 8.
All up his torso like a pig.
No, on his face.
That's horrible. No. But,
Okay,
Ed Helms.
Okay, Dolph Lundgren has triplets.
Has triplets?
Is triplets.
But it's a boxing match.
Yeah, they're all in there. No holds barred.
No, it's a boxing match, Ken. There is holds barred.
It's a TV show in the future. We can do what the hell we want.
Yeah, and
It's not based on true events.
It's professional boxing. 12 rounds. Rest periods. Sponsorships.
That's too complicated. I say 3 against 4.
Who's 4? 4 Dolph Lundgren.
Skipper.
No, he's the cut man in the corner.
Okay, then 3 against 3.
Fine.
2 Dolph Lundgrens then.
3 Dolph Lundgrens against... No, because Ed Helms ain't going to fucking beat Dolph Lundgren,
That's
is he?
what I'm thinking. Maybe cut it down to 2.
Maybe 2 then. 2 Dolph Lundgrens.
2 Dolphs and a cut man, Swaskipper.
Swaskipper is the cut man, yeah. He's always in a papoose on the back of Ed Helms.
Like Yoda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they get through that. Mutual respects, because Ed Helms actually gets knocked to the ground. He's going to get killed by one of them. And Michael B. Jordan saves him.
One of the Dolphs.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to get killed.
Yeah.
How's he going to get killed? By the power punch.
Yeah.
He's going to get...
Fucking Apollo Creed got fucking killed, so...
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
That was prolonged beatings.
That's what's going to happen to these bastards.
Right, okay.
But Michael B. Jordan steps in and helps him.
With his
and says, I don't
spoons.
like you, but we've got to get through this together as a team. So they're not all of a sudden best mates. They're not fucking wanking each other off. Ken, don't think that, Ken. I know you're thinking that.
I've written that down.
I know you're doing the sign to me.
I've written it down for Zone 2.
No. You've jumped the gun, as always.
Yeah. Okay, I'll cross that out then.
But there is a brooding respect.
Okay.
And obviously, Scott Adkins is like, well, yeah, but you still spray painting spoons on my fucking house, you bastard.
I can't believe Johnny Flatbread's not got involved more.
He's involved. He's the main man.
Well, why is he not beating up both Dolph Lundgrens?
He's beating one up on his own, but...
Is he just using boxing technique? Or is he sneaked in a couple of knees and
he's Boyka.
A high kick?
He's Boyka in it. He does the Boyka kick, the double...
Ooh.
Yeah. Just as a little nod to the Boyka character. Whereas Spoons and that bastard Frederick are...
non-skilled.
They've had to take that one Lundgren down on their own. And Spoons and that bastard Frederick take one down together, and little swastika what's his name?
Swasskipper.
Swasskipper
Tends to their wounds.
throws a towel in for him. I
They
don't know.
can't throw their towel in. That means he claimed defeat, which means they'd be instantly executed. He's a shit character if that's what he's doing.
Anyway,
round one, he concedes defeat, and they all get killed.
On to the next one is the jungle.
Rambo,
the jungle
yeah.
one.
Bow and arrow.
Stallone gets a kill here.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Go on then. Who perishes? Swastikka. Yeah,
Swastikka.
He can get killed. No one cares about him.
Swastika gets
He's an expendable.
Explosive arrow.
If you'll pardon the expression.
Straight in the middle of his swastika. Right in his face. Yeah.
Explosive arrow to the face.
Yeah, and then blows up.
Yeah, so his head explodes.
That'd be a cool effect. Got to get Greg Nicotero in for that one.
Yeah, okay. So he's got an exploding... Michael Cera's face explodes.
Yes.
Nice.
And that's the tagline for the film. Because who wouldn't want to see that?
You're right.
Yeah. What they do is they actually grab Michael Cera's corpse and throw it at him and knocks him out of the tree.
He's in a tree.
It's fucking... What's his name? Fucking bow and arrow. He's in a tree.
He doesn't have to be in a tree.
He's in a tree, Ken. I'm telling you now.
Like he should be in a tree.
He's in a
Could
tree.
be anywhere he wants.
No, he's in the tree.
He can fire arrows from elsewhere.
He's in the tree.
Okay. How did he know they'd come past? It's a static position, isn't it? Being
He can
in a
hop
tree.
between the trees. He's not attached to the tree. He's not a fucking hippie. Not chained to the tree.
It's a bit noticeable, jumping from tree to tree.
No, because he's in camo. He's got a camo vest on.
What if there's only 3 trees in the zone?
That's ridiculous.
And they're far apart.
Yeah, so, no, everyone gets through this because he can never fucking find anyone. He's got like heat-seeking goggles on.
Okay. Yeah, whatever then. Yep, okay.
He hops between the trees. It's
Of course
fucking
he does.
Stallone.
Of course
So
he
they
does.
throw.
He's never hopped between trees in his life.
He's doing it now.
Okay.
And they throw the.
At the age of 70. He's now
he's
hopping.
been de-aged with CGI.
Ah, okay.
So yeah,
Played by Robert De Niro.
Yes, Joe Pesci. So they throw the what's it?
Swasskipper.
Swasskipper.
Swasskipper hits bow and arrow in the face.
Yeah, he falls down, and then there's a hand-to-hand combat between him and Johnny
Helms.
Flatbread.
Oh.
Not fucking Ed Helms. Ed Helms get killed instantly. Fuck.
Not if he's already dislodged him from a tree.
He's the one that threw Swasskipper at him, that dislodged him.
Oh, right. So
and then Johnny
he's
Flatbread
discarded his own man.
Johnny Flatbread and CGI Stallone are at it.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And he pulls a knife out and
who does?
Stallone.
Yeah.
And Johnny Flatbread ends up killing him with it.
See, now that I can get into because that happens with every bad guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm. That's
you pull a weapon in a fist fight, you're going to get it used against you.
Yeah.
Job done.
And this is where, on the sly, as Johnny Flatbread's tending to his own wounds, Ed Helms' character gets a message.
How?
On his watch.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Because
6 p.m.
Because these guys, they've got a heart monitor, and when the heart monitor goes on the watch, it's an explosive device and blows the body up.
Why?
Just to add another.
Just for fun.
So they can't
Just for
say,
the audience.
Yeah. And he gets a message on his watch from whatever his name is. What's his name?
Howard, how do you do?
Howard, how do you do? Saying, if you sabotage this, we'll let you go.
Okay. It's a double cross.
It's a double cross. You're liking that?
I do like it very much.
We've set up the double cross.
Yep. Done. Nice.
On to Zone 3.
Zone 3 is...
Zone 3 is Van Damme.
That is incredible.
Van Damme's kickboxing competition. In the kickboxer ring, Bolo Yeung's there with his tits out. He's helping him.
He's not in kickboxer, but okay.
Sorry, in Bloodsport.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Got Bolo Yeung and you've got Van Damme.
I'm putting Kumite.
So it's 2 of them against the other 3.
3 Van Dammes.
Yeah. No, Van Damme, Bolo Yeung against Ed Helms, Michael B. Jordan, and Scott Adkins.
Okay.
Michael B. Jordan dies.
Shit.
Ed Helms fucks him up.
Oh, what?
No, the three of them are full fighting at the same time. And you got obviously Scott Adkins is busy fighting Van Damme. Bolo Yeung is attacking them too, and Ed Helms actually throws sand in the eyes of Michael B. Jordan because he's obviously taken up the offer of.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, is that an accident? Because he could claim it was an accident.
He could.
When Johnny Flatbread asks him,
Yeah.
What on earth happened there?
Yeah. But throws it in the eyes of Scott Adkins, and Bolo Yeung ends up
throwing in Scott Adkins.
Sorry,
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan and Bolo Yeung ends up killing him.
How's he kill him? Stamping on his face in slow motion.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Cool.
know it.
I'm in it. Done. Then what?
Then Scott Adkins ends up killing Bolo Yeung.
Whoa.
With the big stiff one. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Ends up snapping his neck.
Oh, right. Okay. No, then.
And then ends up killing Van Damme.
Okay. He kills them both.
Yeah.
How? How's he kill Van Damme? Same thing.
Stiffs
them both.
They have a bit of a back and forth fight like Ventura and Schwarzenegger.
Okay. Good.
And ends up just punching him in the heart.
Ooh, tiger claw.
Yeah.
Okay, dead. Done.
Yeah.
Next.
The last zone.
Zone 4.
Yeah. You've got to beat Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, wow. He
2.
did. So he Arnold Schwarzenegger 2. What, the sequel?
No. You got to be the first to reach the Turbo Man doll.
Come on. I'm not a pervert.
Yep. And that's it. It's a massive shopping centre full of people, all clamouring as well. Like a sea of people. Got to get through them ahead of Arnie. Also, Sinbad's there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. It's a shopping mall or just a toy shop?
A toy shop, but like the biggest toy shop you've ever seen. Ed Helms tries to sabotage it. Scott Adkins catches him out. They end up fighting. He kills him.
Okay. Ed Helms gets killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as Arnie's about to win and Scott Adkins about to lose, ends up tripping on a fucking remote control car, and it's Sinbad.
Sinbad. Jesus Christ.
And Scott Adkins is going towards the doll, and as he's going...
Sinbad takes it for his kid.
Yeah, Sinbad takes the doll from Scott Adkins' hand, and you know what Scott Adkins shouts?
Stop.
Oh.
Thief.
He got 2! And then all the people attack Sinbad, take it away, and Scott Adkins gets the doll and advances.
Bloody hell.
Gets his freedom and then storms the television centre and all that bollocks that happens at the end of
Okay.
Running Man, and ends up killing our mate. How do you do? By
Howard, how do you do?
Yeah, by throwing him down into the pit, and he ends up getting killed by Arnie down there.
So he's still alive then? He just fell over. He's not dead.
He just lost the race, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Because everyone else died.
Yeah.
But he's not dead.
Yeah, because he sees Arnie because he's trying to get out, and he like backs away from Arnie, and then Arnie points. He looks.
So how to get out?
He looks. He points. He looks, and it's the Big Show. And the Big Show says to him,
"I'll deck your halls, Bob."
Yes, and punches him in the face, and you just see his head cave in.
Whose?
How do you do?
Howard, how do you do?
Yeah, you see his face cave in, like in a really quick shot, so it looks like,
right, okay.
And then it's gone off the screen. And then he gets his freedom and he leaves.
All right, and then goes home to his dead wife and kid.
Yeah.
With his house that's got a spoon on it.
Just a reminder. The end, what do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah. So, Zone 1 is a boxing ring.
Yeah.
Zone 2 is the jungle.
Yeah.
Zone 3 is the Kumite.
Yeah.
And Zone 4 is a toy shop.
Yeah.
Okay. No, just checking I've written it down properly.
What do you think to that?
It's like the Expendables of
shit TV games.
Yeah. I like it.
That's what we were going for.
I like that.
And then, obviously, Scott Adkins is on his porch thinking...
Thank goodness that's all over.
No, thinking... Even if this has happened, I've got a pardon. People are still going to think that I've done this.
From what?
Killed his wife and kid.
Right, okay. I thought they weren't getting mentioned again.
Well, that's what he's thinking.
The corpse is still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a police car pulls up.
Yes. Go on, please.
It's Carl Weathers.
Yes.
And he says...
He shoots him dead.
Yeah.
On his own porch.
Yeah.
Freeze shoots him. Doesn't even wait.
Yeah. And says, we found the evidence in a locker. It was alphabetized, luckily. Because it's the future.
With real evidence.
Yeah, written on it. We were initially confused by another one that said... We
were looking in the fake evidence locker.
Yeah.
Only then to think, what if?
And he says, you're a free man and you're an innocent man. And you're my man. And then they lean in for a kiss.
And a free bird.
Yeah, and then Freebird plays. Yeah. And that's the end.
And Scott Adkins flies into the sunset.
And I think that's a great ending, an interracial kiss between two...
action superstars.
Yeah.
Of different generations.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think you've broken down boundaries there. And I like it, and I think Scott will like it. I think Michael B, he's going to like it. Ed, Swaskipper, Michael, he'll like that. Kurt Fuller, good to get the work. Stallone, Lundgren, Van Damme, Schwarzenegger, absolutely loving their little bits.
Yeah.
And as for Carl Weathers, he's down with
Gets
anything.
to kiss Scott Adkins.
Yeah. Who wouldn't sign up for that?
And on that bombshell,
job done.
We'll bring this episode of the podcast to a close. Thank you, as always, to my co-host, Ken B. Wild.
Thank you.
So what do you think of this week's episode? What did you think of this week's film, Running Man? Where does it rank for you among Arnie's action films? Should we do more Arnie films, or do you prefer us doing Seagal? Do you prefer us doing Stallone? Let us know. The email address, badmoviecult@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you want to discuss this week's episode, you can with other cult members. You just need to search us, Bad Movie Cult. We've got a discussion group. We're on fucking Facebook, for fuck's sake. What more do you want, you bastards? We've got discussion groups, fucking websites. What do you think, Ken?
Fuck off.
All the links will be available.
So aggressive.
All the links will be available in the show notes. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can by simply leaving us an Apple Podcast rating or review. It is honestly a massive help in getting us found by new listeners. And you can also find all previous episodes of the podcast, as well as written reviews of films not covered on this podcast, on our website, www.badmoviecult.com. Join us again in 2 weeks' time, where we'll be back with another movie review, deep dive, and film pitch right here on the Bad Movie Cult podcast.
It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton, Ken B. Wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
I tell you what, where did they get the suit that fits her?
It's got a name on it as well.
Yeah, it looks absolutely superb. That she looks very good.
Do you want the suit?
Yeah, as long as it's not been washed.
Jesus Christ.